to be able to make it through to this playoffs from that Swiss stage. They're no longer here. Lev are trying to put Americas on top.
Yeah, taking a look at the agent select now. The question is, will Paper Rex stick to their guns? And the answer, well, it's yes. They go back to the same composition with the double sentinel, with the Yoru. What do you make of the Yoru getting play here?
Yeah, I think the Yoru is definitely interesting.
New camera
We're going to see something potentially
stream
jumping onto the snipers and seeing how valuable that is. And hopefully that will be enough delay in stopping power, right? I'm looking towards Lev's neon there and how well... Sorry, how true that's possibly going to play into this stage, into the Vise. We have so much stall utility on Paper X's side.
I want to see how Paper X approach fighting the extremities on this defensive side. Lev's comp is absolutely excellent at dominating that space. They have great ideas of how to farm all doors up for their Phoenix. And this is a team that once they get momentum, they can run away.
This match promises the world, and we're going to send it over to two casters who are very comfortable with watching Paper Rex. It's Achilles and Paper Thin.
This is indeed comfort. This should be a banger. Back over onto the Yoru, our first of the tournament for something, and in the post-nerf era, he has managed to still make this look busted.
Yeah, no, this is a Paper X team that now has also had some time to manufacture this comp a little bit more, to workshop it, to give it some more legs. It already looked pretty decent at times for Paper X back in Stage 1 of Pacific Finals, but it's a big question mark here on against a Leviathan team who looked absolutely electric, especially on this attacker's side. We go out with a big mid push here early for Paper Rex, but blows, at least keeping track of it, but that's the spike in his hands.
Watching for this. Something just with a jump peek, maybe catching a glimpse of the shoulder, but otherwise not too much info going to be gained on either side either way. Rotation is coming in, and Lev are going to be gambling into the full stack, but it looks like Forsaken.
ये सब शॉट मिस नहीं करना है ब्रो ये सब छोटा-छोटा शॉट मिस करेगा तो कैसे
thinking that they go for the pivot, they just see that lurking chamber, they assume that Neon's going to be on his lonesome.
छोटा-छोटा शॉट मिस नहीं
And now
करना
they
है
shift completely to the opposite side of the map. What a misread.
That's okay. They have the wall for at least a little bit of extra info here with the Vice, so there's at least an opportunity to rotate back the other way relatively quickly.
Now they're starting on it now. And with 48 seconds remaining, Lev now going to make a go of this, pushing forward into the site. Going to be expended there at market. Tap the plant coming through Paranoia, not connecting on the spikes in. Pulls back around the corner. As Ping reveals will be coming through.
यार आवाज बहुत लो आ रहा है ब्रो अभी इसका आवाज का इशू है ना मेरा आवाज का इशू है अब एक गोली सब एक गोली का था ब्रो सब एक गोली का था
Now, really like the ideas here for Paper Rex. It's okay to over-rotate off of that vision you get on the chamber. You've still got that wall there as a little bit of a backup for some time. And of course, Paper Rex, we know individually, the talent is through the roof. Like, this is a team that has a history, that has the pedigree. You're just asking yourself, is it going to be like Toronto last year? Is it going to be Destiny?
Now we win.
Just getting the setups going. Might just be a big initial crunch into B main. Solo lurk the opposite side of the map for King. As we'll set up a smoke here to start things off, but they're just going to be pushing ahead of this one. Something's got to judge around the corner.
Oh भाई यो इसका अभी भी कैसे चल रहा है bro?
Envy covering fire finds the follow-up till. Paper X are looking to make this flawless as King will get spotted and dealt with. A 3K for something and a 2-0 start for Paper X.
Paper X तो ज़्यादा fast दिख रहा है bro.
Really in the driver's seat, making some pretty good map reads again. This time around, an early shock dart gets a little bit of damage in, and you're just teeing up something, waiting for that jiggle peek, and he gets proactive. He pounces, and Envy right there to help him clean it up. Huge start for Paper X on this defender side. Really stymie Leviathan, who are so explosive, especially against NRG. You think back to Sato's ace in the bonus round. Let's see if he can get going. No kills yet.
Horns up and over, wall going to be situated forward in B main. Not going for the more shallow one to give over some access.
One thing I was curious about with Paper X coming into this after watching some of the VODs is how much attention they would give towards the middle part of the map. And you saw in the pistol round they gave quite a bit.
अभी बहुत आवाज कम जैसे फील हो रहा है ब्रो हमको.
More on some utility.
Curveball out. It's going to be a back pedal from Jinx. Slow orb as well. Going to be situated, trying to stymie that approach from Tree.
पता नहीं क्यों
Now, Lev continuing
आप लोगों
to
को
pump the
करेक्ट आवाज
brakes
आ रहा
up,
होगा पर
feeling
हमको थोड़ा सा
really
मतलब
confident
कम
in
फील आ रहा है
either position here. A little bit of damage going to be traded
ओ
out.
फ्लैश आने वाला है फ्लैश आने वाला है फ्लैश आने वाला है बढ़ गया
Sent in, spikes in, pinned into the corner, headshot, but Jing now, the one that's going to be under pressure and will get taken down. Forsaken's able to find one, but cannot get the trade up.
ओके
Sato able to get them into a winnable position. That run it back as well, online, but doesn't necessarily want to have to commit that into this.
They're going to take a pause and look for some re-aggression. One of the interesting things is a clone was sent all the way over from the A side, even though something has been sitting over in market. And that's thrown a little bit of confusion into Leviathan.
30 seconds left.
So they aren't entirely sure what the formation is here that they're facing.
कॉल आ गया Phoenix है सोवा है कॉल आ
Going
गया
to be two players in that position, but PaperX for now still not going for this rotation.
रोटेशन नहीं दिया
Regular window, shots out, fishing for some damage that won't be found. Door now shut, and with 10 seconds remaining, the spike going to be brought forward to go for the plant.
भाई वो एम क्यों देख रहा है किस बात से
Something's going to be intercepted. Wise little late linger from Neon, and now it's down to PaperX's Envy and Divide to try to see if they can make this a bit more costly, because for the moment, it is very clean. On that approach, anticipating that the Chamber is still going to be playing on that side of the map, but to no avail. Neon will be able to find Envy, and now Divide gets the headshot, but cannot get the kill. Neon survives, and Lev get themselves on the board with 4 players staying alive.
Yep, just nice patience, good coordination there. So
भाई बहुत स्लो खेल रहे हैं
good flash around the corner to tee him up, and Sato's right there to follow up. Neon in a good position to intercept there, make sure that Judge can't do any damage. But the concerning thing here for Leviathan is because of how clean that start was for PaperX, they have a ton of cash coming in to this 4th round. They have that operator in Something's hands, one of the biggest win conditions for this PaperX team. One of the best offers in the world.
Yes, let's go, PaperX, let's go.
You.
Push forward, Blaze Wall, set up. It's just going to be a pop flash sent out of that one. He crashes well for the exit, should it be necessary. But yep, something able to strike first, finds one, but Jing will be left on an island, does get taken down, unable to commit that wall fast enough. Sato keeps it close, the run it back still in his pocket. Could be used to just completely break open this mid position, but it's going to be Envy walking forward. He's able to come away with a kill. Neon's going to be taken down. Sato, no counter swing.
पहले पिक दे देता ना
That's his teammate fall for nothing.
वेट क्यों कर रहा है पहले पिक दे देता उसको
back to use to clear some space, but now you're going to have to use the drone, and you're in a man disadvantage, so you could find that pick, maybe get that ult to find some value, but
Cover going out.
just have to wait and see. King going to throw another smoke here at mid to try to keep PaperX from gaining much info, but PaperX happy to fall back and rely on some of the util they've got covering a lot of these entry points. You got the wall over at B main.
4 सेकंड फ्लैश लेके बैठा हुआ है भाई तू आ मैं मुंडी में फ्लैश मारूंगा आजा बेटा आजा
30 seconds left.
क्या करने का प्लान है
Have to be the 3-2-1. Triple this wall.
कर दिया
Meanwhile, Spike is getting rotated.
ये भी सही
Sato
है
trying to just create some space, create some information
सही
on the opposite side of the map and sell a fake. And they will be able to get that spike forward into the second time, and Sato as well.
Bro.
Pushing out from main, finds Envy, looks for a little bit more, gets some damage on a Forsaken. Paranoia now going to be sent through, and he will come away with that kill. Keeps himself alive in the fight, but he's tagged down to 12. Sometimes Spike now planted over on A. Taking a half jump up over the box, just here lurking below Divide. The shock dart will fly. King, he could absolutely be there undoing in this one.
Oh, भाई 4 सेकंड
On the top of Jed, able to find the kill in the Divide.
4 सेकंड मेरे भाई उससे कोई बचना ही नहीं है यार
Yeah, it's really nice patience being shown by both teams, to be honest. You know, Leviathan trying to create some question marks on the map, trying to throw PaperX off of their rotation game.
ये Envy जो मारा है ना
And PaperX is so confident in their individual players that they can also spread the map. Allow Forsaken, who still got that paranoia because it never got popped over in tree, to move over there, isolate Sato. A nice kill on his own, but then he's there to TP up on top of
PaperX
Jen.
जीत रहा है और PaperX का पास भाई नहीं है
For that retake.
लेव हार रहा है लेव का पास भाई है
This time, Neon going to be buying into it, so a big round here for the economy of Leviathan. PaperX as well. Also, the economy not doing super great just yet.
Certainly rough around the edges here to an extent, but Gate Crash going to be set up. And there's a spot on something. Will fake the TP, sets up another one.
destroyed.
Shock Dart will be lobbed in. Gets rid of that trademark. Meanwhile, Devi and Envy ready to swing in, pick apart these players that are going to be looking to push through B main out onto the site.
And again, you've got a lot of options here. And PaperX playing it passive.
अभी तो ये हो ही गया, कोली हो गया.
Trying to hide. Too clear.
Something now going to be dialed in on the angle, but will get blinded up. The Paranoia going through. Hunter's Fury out, however, gets 2 tags. Both duelists lit up, and now Sano taken down. Devi holding the door. Finds himself a third, and Spike Seam just going to be spinning down through the smoke. Envy not losing track of him.
यार दवाई क्या खेल रहा है?
Get massacred on their way through B. It's a flawless for PaperX to move up 4-1.
Envy really smooth here today.
इनवी का फ्लैश वो सब अल्टी. भाई दवाई क्या ये भाई?
So sturdy as an anchor. You're looking at some of the best to ever do it, and that right there from Devi. Very, very.
मेरा तो PaperX ही है bro. PaperX और एनर्जी तो जीता नहीं था अभी. PaperX और EDG. ये दोनों अपना टीम है बस अभी फिलहाल.
There's that eco buy here for Lev.
एनर्जी जीतता तो मैं एनर्जी को सपोर्ट करता. भाई ये क्या था?
Massive push, able to find Forsaken, but Jing gets the trade out, the drag across, the kill on the Neon. As this aggression from Lev quickly counteracted, still with a shout, but it's going to be Envy out from wide. He's able to find a little bit more, and Jing is looking for that 4-piece. He won't be able to find it. Sat down by blows, a weapon can be recovered, but he's tagged at 49. By already arriving, dropping down from heaven.
क्या गन उठा लिया? उठाया भी है.
This would be one hell of a clutch, one hell of a way to get that second round win. Devi just playing this one patiently. Swing out. Shot's going to be going wide. Just the poke and prod, and it's going to all to be to play something forward at tree. PaperX.
Nice try है. पर overpick था वो.
Starting to look like they're going to be running away with this map pick. Lev, do they call the timeout?
It's a great question.
ये कहाँ से उठ गया
Try
है?
something a little bit cheeky. Try to get up ahead of this wall. They're trying to go up and over it. Alex, a little bit frustrated, but
Alex frustrated हो गए. overpick था वो. जान पूछ के वाला overpick. जरूरत नहीं था overpick का. गुस्सा तो हो गई भाई.
Coming away with these round wins.
they still make a pretty good read and a pretty good play in my book. It's PaperX, so when it comes to
Play अच्छा था, read अच्छा था, सब कुछ अच्छा था, पर overpick हो गया. जरूरत नहीं था. इगो राउंड में.
Jing there spamming
अबे
away.
अबे बाप रे बाप.
It's just a phantom on the other side of that wall. No. There are layers.
Phantom में बोल के उधर ही रुक गया भाई. उसका बात में आ गया.
Early advantage down a player. Let's listen in to Lev.
Shot Neon.
Eu vou ficar aqui na viada.
अब ये लैंग्वेज समझने के लिए फिर हम कोई लोल. कौन अल्टी किसका अल्टी आ रहा है?
Quebra essa parede e voltar.
Mano, tem um cara aqui. Onde que tá parando?
Já quebrei.
भाई ब्रोस का पास अल्टी था ये लोग.
Vou voltar.
हाँ ये चाहिए था. ये चाहिए था ब्रो.
Despite the chaos there in mid, but
सिंपल बात है, ये चाहिए था. 4 सेकंड को 1 HP कर दिया.
Looks like Lev now. The time is starting to dwindle. Wanting to bring it over towards this site. Quick check. With that from the shadows, Jing going to be spotted by the drone. Spikes going for the entry. Will work his way forward onto the side, but hasn't been able to find any eliminations quite just yet. But it's going to be Envy now pushing out from tree to just mow them all down. A 3K form in 6-1. PaperX.
सोवालू का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये है, वो लोग पिंग करके छोड़ देते हैं, आगे जाता नहीं है.
Really good stuff from PaperX in terms of having some set game plans, having
भाई
some set
रिवील आ गया था
ideas,
क्या?
using that early phantom spam to kind of keep Leviathan a little bit off balance, and then oops, surprise, it's an Odin, and Envy there immediately off of Forsaken's TP. Love that he uses it to get information over at B main. Confirms there's no presence on that side of the map. That allows Envy to cheat a little bit further forward there, put that Odin into a position where it can absolutely pop. And it does. Leviathan in this Coinbase win condition. Gonna have to dial up something pretty special because they're getting beat at just about every punch.
Yeah, I mean, if you're PaperX, sure, you commit 2 ultimates into that one, you get the res, you still lose something, but on the other side, 2 ults committed as well, the Tour de Force and the Hunter's Fury, both burned for no real gain. Need to find something as We'll see if Lev are going to be able to rally this one back. They're trying to piece together what kind of buy they can get, and widely, it's going to be a ton of half armors. So if something wants to just bring an outlaw into the equation, that could still be a very big thorn in their side.
Exactly. Doesn't need to go to the op. I mean, PaperX has plenty of cash for it if they want to, but could be one of those moments where try something a little bit different. They are going to be one away from Sato's ult, so the ult cycle here healthy for Leviathan, but they couldn't get the first round to go in this cycle. So you're going to need to find a way to dial up something a little bit more special here. So certainly with, you know, maybe King's TP in there, Spikes in with the Neon ult, there's some opportunities here where they have some kind of set play ready. It is going to be tough against this comp with all these walls. Spikes wants to try to bait this.
He'll be able to get the tap. Drifts back away, something not going to be getting a glimpse. Meanwhile, TP around the corner. King, is he going to stick this? Yes, he does, and Forsaken has him outdone! Every bit of information. They just have the read as Jing now trying to hold the line. Sato will be able to find the enemy Omen here at the end of it, but something gets himself another kill. Spike's going to be taken down. And again, Lev locked out of the site. The wall's still available to be committed, and Jing is inching forward. I'd suspect for just that. Creates another off angle. Sato trying to swing and to find anything. Will just find death. Debai gets the cleanup, and PaperX continue to look perfect.
It is incredible. Just the discipline that they're showing, and Forsaken, you know, he's so well known on the Omen for being one of those crazy TP players who's going to go somewhere you don't expect. And that's something that Leviathan tries to do to him, and he says, nope, I'm very aware. I know this game. I play it better than most. So looks like Spike's in, gonna cut funds.
अच्छा सीधा ये उधर चला गया ना.
No, full armor. They're gonna try to break through something. Aggressive angle at the op.
Looking for that timing, will have the exit. Spikes in again, trying to up the pace, pops the wall, the overdrive in play, looking for a target. Spam is going to be coming through in India again.
Recon बहुत danger हो रहा है bro. Recon कुछ नहीं कर पा रहा.
He back for more. He takes down King. Neon eventually able to put him down on the floor, but still a player disadvantage now for Leviathan. There's still all of PaperX to deal with, and they can't deal with Squat. Picked apart one by one.
बहुत fast चल रहा है भाई ये लोग fast नहीं सक रहे हैं
It's just so tough for Leviathan going up against this double Sentinel comp that PaperX is bringing. There's so many walls you have to worry about, so many little traps that have to be dealt with. So this time,
एक तो reveal ये लोग कुछ नहीं कर पा
let's see
रहे
if we can use this Neon ult to just go blow right past the Vice wall. See if we can find the kill, but PaperX so ready for that already. They're lined up high-low at the bottom of the stairs on the back side, and that means that there's not much that
ये लोग B पे एंट्री कर सकता है, पता है कैसे है? हम बताते हैं. नियॉन को इधर स्टन मारना है स्टेयर का इधर में मोली कर दो सीटी पे नहीं तो इस पे नियॉन जंप मार के जाके इसको खोल दो नियॉन का मतलब सब बाहर निकालो दो लेफ्ट देखो दो आगे देखो बस और ड्रोन का साथ जाएगा तो और इजी रहेगा ड्रोन आगे चला जाते ये लोग इतना लेट जाते हैं ऐसा नहीं होगा वो तो बहुत अबे अल्टीम आती है
All out thorns as well. Blinded up. Sato cannot swing this corner. Neon at the same time is going to be eliminated. Sato will still be able to find some value. Looks to try to go for the gun. Slow creep across, but it's going to be the drop down from Jing. Is off the top of his own wall. Intercepting. Spike seeing now looking for a little bit more, but the shot dart's going to be layered in, and Blows is able to find him. A 3v3, best opportunity now for Leviathan. Can they convert this into a win? Dimensional Drift is going to be in play. Something now sprinting down, scouting them all out. So they're up in and Debai! Debai just comes away with two! King now recovering an Odin, yes, but the spike is stranded at the back of Jen.
No ult.
Wale.
Arey yaar. Around, trip the wall, try to see if he can trip PaperX up.
30 seconds left.
They know what they need to do here. Just gonna hold the crossfire. Just don't give him the free 1v1. Does scoop up the Odin.
तो ऐसे आना ही था तो फिर ऐसे आना ही था तो फिर वो इतना फिर भागा क्यों है यहीं से आ जाता है
And PaperX have themselves an 8-round lead with no ending in sight.
It's incredible what this team can do with some time. A nice little couple uses of util by Leviathan, using that recon dart to force Forsaken into a position where he has to turn to try to clear it to open up the first kill.
भाई सिंगापुर में क्या चल रहा है ब्रो
PaperX HQ likes what they see, but But then the combo there of the shock darts and the molly from the Phoenix to clear out Jing. But outside of that, the rifling, it's just too much for Leviathan to deal with.
Devi has died once. It's currently 10 and 1 at the moment, and Jing, well,
करना मोली कुछ तो कुछ कर
just peeking in the B main. Meanwhile, Forsaken poking and plotting, will go for quick reposition.
वो अभी पता है वो टीपी आउट करेगा फिर भी सच बोलूं तो दोस्त ये लोग डायमंड असेंडेंट जैसे खेल रहा है सच बोलूं तो क्योंकि वो हमेशा वो टीपी आउट करता ही है यहाँ से वहाँ तो आगे जाके स्पीड स्पैम करना था इधर हाँ हाँ
That is unbelievable! Huh? That is unforgivable! And that should certainly be illegal!
Huh? कुछ भी
Something, you are up 9-1! Give them a hope! Give them something to believe in! He says absolutely not!
Huh? क्या था भाई?
Replay, please.
Huh?
Oh my God!
वो भी सोच रहा है भाई हम कहाँ से मर गए bro?
That is why I just think he's maybe the best operator player in the world. I mean, sometimes you just see he has the instincts to hit those shots.
वो भी झटका हो गया कहाँ से मारा?
I'm just flabbergasted. Lev just cannot catch a break. They can't buy a round win at this point.
No.
Something he's looking to continue his reign of terror.
And look at the buy here. It's 3 Guardians. So it's not even a full buy.
And final round down to everything they could scrape together.
हाँ तेरे को देख ही तो लिया जिंक्स तोड़ देता उसको.
Rendezvous out. Damage going to be avoided for Neon. Meanwhile, something repositioning, swinging deeper into mid. Jing going to be taking that initial point of contact, sets up the wall, rides it, and will end up losing his life. That peek out, I don't think was wide enough to spot something here. So on the reface, this could just end up being blows down. Peeking in even more. He's expecting the jump peek, but sending out. The timing swing comes through, but now something's
चलो ठीक है यही चाहिए बस ट्रेड निकालो फिर भी मारा है वो ब्रो क्या है यार ये
Yeah, I like what they're doing here, picking apart Paper X players one by one. A little bit of an overstep from the Paper X team as well,
left.
but that's kind of their MO. They feast or famine on that.
Slide in, Envy around that corner.
Okay.
Trying to face forward with the Odin. Still going to get the one.
क्या है क्या चल रहा है
10 seconds remaining, a 2v2. They're swinging the spike on the floor. Forsaken, faking the TP. And King, it's over, it's done. Out of time, out of hope, out of options. Paper Rex, 11-1 at the half.
क्या खेलते हैं ब्रो ये लोग
It's hard to do it better than they just did. Already an incredible team. We already know how good they are. And this may be one of the best map that's been rough for them. They come in to Masters London looking immaculate. Disgusting.
This is way better than we could have anticipated from Paper Rex, and way, way rougher for Leviathan, who need to kick it into gear. It all is going to have to start from that pistol on the other side. And for now, we'll go into the halftime.
ऐसा हो गया था कि ओडिन का सभी गोली लग गया भाई और टाइम आउट क्यों नहीं लिया ब्रो
We've got Frankie standing by with a Paper Rex super fan.
I might have found Paper X's biggest fan. Everyone say hello to Muslim. Muslim actually had tickets for tomorrow, but Paper X are not playing then. So what did you do to make sure you could make it today?
So yeah, after I found out that Paper X will not be playing on the day that I got my ticket, I contacted Paper X on every single social media. I sent it emails on everyone that I know that has connections to Paper X, and I sent a 3-minute video explaining why I'm the biggest Paper X fan out there. And I asked them for a ticket, and they hooked me up for today's ticket. Thank you so much, Paper X.
We actually don't have 3 minutes, but can you summarize what you did say?
So basically, I told them that I've been supporting Paper X since 2021, since my SG, since they didn't even qualify for international. I've been here since Shiva was still in the roster. That's so long ago. So I even wrote articles when I was in journalism, when I was interning, about PaperX. I begged my editors to write an article about them. So yeah, I'm a big fan of PaperX.
What inspires this loyalty, Muslim?
It's just that I am a fan of underdogs. I've always felt like an underdog in my life. And PaperX, I just feel that connection, you know? It feels like if they can go far, I can go as far as them.
I don't know if you've seen the scoreline, but I think it's 11-1. I don't think they're underdogs anymore, Muslim.
Yeah, they were underdogs, but now they're the giants. And then one day, I can become a giant like them.
I think you're on your way, Muslim. Thank you so much. Let's get back into the game.
We will get back in for as long as Lev will give us at this point. 11-1, PaperX, they pick up the pistol. This is going to be curtains, you would think. This needs to be one hell of a defender side. Do exactly what PaperX just did to them, but at the moment it feels like Lev just looking a little rusty, not quite awake here.
And meanwhile, PaperX has come into this just with a full day's rest. Looking chipper, right as rain. Big, deep setup here. It's PaperX slowly making their way forward. Looking for some kind of contact plays, but you've got the trip there in pizza, so looking to play off of that, but PaperX can wall that off.
Yeah, recon to mid, wall up. This is all to try to sell it as a hit onto the B side, but instead they're just going to be barreling forward, able to get in on top of King, find that elimination, slide across, spikes in, looking for the kill. Will be able to find one, Southern back through that space, has the bandit in hand, cleans up one on the something, the ball now at his feet. Gets another clean head tap. Jay will be able to take him down, gets the spot out as well. The spike drops behind him, needs to win this and does. And now it is just Neon, 6 bullets in the headhunter. The window already broken for him. PaperX have no real idea what his angle of approach is going to be. They just double stack into hell. Staring into main. Set up on that now, gets the information, drops down, rendezvous up to the top as the flash fully blinds him up, fishes for a little bit of damage, drops down, the right click's flying, but it's gonna be Divide. Taken low, but not taken down. PaperX are up to map point in record time.
But then what can you do when this team just runs at you completely fearless, right through the paranoia, right through flashes. And this double down here from Jing, absolutely incredible to catch blows off guard. They know the spike is down, and your normal reaction as a player is to want to get that spike and get it into the site as quickly as possible, but Jing uses that against his opponent.
I will be their
PaperX just absolutely confident beyond belief, and now you just have to buy every round here as Leviathan. So a couple shotguns, a stinger, Neon just the headhunter bullets. Full armor on 3 out of the 5 for Leviathan. So not everybody going to be one tap to that outlaw. A little bit of a trap setup here for Divide, but
Wall set.
He doesn't like what he sees, so instead just throws up the wall.
Just gonna situate that. Can be very easily cleared by Neon. Does have the rendezvous, so could pop it, come back across. Shot out, and that connects on the Sato. He's down to 3 health now. Looking for that follow-up, and my God, he just cannot miss. The heal is there, but 2 players taken down so very low, so very early on a force buy to try to keep this map going. It just doesn't get any easier for them. A rare whiff there. Blues does manage to back away.
13-1 हो रहा है ये तो.
Smoke. You know there's shotguns in
पक्का
place.
13-1 हो रहा है bro.
If he
13-1
headshots
हो रहा है
this,
bro.
if he just wall bangs him, okay.
Okay.
Careful now.
30 seconds left.
Sato just staying tucked where he can, the swing out, but he's just outgunned, doesn't have the range for it. King, however, does. Jumps forward to Bucky, able to deliver an immense amount of damage, and then he will get taken low. Now the second Bucky arrives. Spike's able to find another kill before getting taken out of the equation, but it's going to be Divide again. Still 1 death on him.
10 seconds left.
To just open up the site, and Neon again. Now has to do it all. Not much weaponry to try to recover. It's going to be an instant headshot. Divide gets the 4K.
Why 16-1 bro? What the hell? 16-1 man.
On their opponent's pick.
What a start.
16-1
What a start
bro.
for PaperX. You didn't think that maybe they wouldn't come in here and play some of the best Valor you've ever seen? Well, you were dead wrong.
Absolutely. Lev trying to get into a fist fight with a fully fueled train, and they lose that every day of the week. Lotus is going to be coming up next, and Lev
भाई
have
chat
to
में
have
तो
something up their sleeve.
chat में तो दिमाग खराब कर रहा होगा कंफर्म.
He slide over the wall, bro. This guy, crazy, you know, actually.
Holy shit. Dude, I deleted these boys. Holy.
Let's go. Now.
Tired of off-season blues once Champs is over? Fear not, because Valorant is coming to the Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed. Esports Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
Here we go again.
Wrong way.
I gotta be me.
The dream that I see makes me what I am.
He's hunting down that title.
The time to write the next chapter in the esports history books is finally here.
And they fold it in his hands yet again. Steps up to the plate, and he could knock this one out of the park. Now they shall be engraved alongside the greats.
तो 2 मिनट है गाइस, अभी आराम से देखो, अभी आएगा मैच वापस।
A 13-1 stomping for PaperX. Alex, you had time this time around to make some changes. Why did you guys decide to stick to the Eurocomp?
Yeah, we did try to change a few things, but it didn't really work out for us. It turns out that like everything we try, we need a flash, so we can't play Ilya and Jet. So,
yes,
and I
correct.
think this particular comp plays well into theirs. I think having Sage and Vice allows us to stop the Phoenix, you know. So something we really considered.
वो तो
Getting
सही
the
है
most
भाई।
value from the 2 Sentinels
Slower
and the Euro
सबसे
Flash.
बेस्ट है। पर पहले पता होना पड़ेगा ना कि वो लोग फिनिक्स खेल रहे हैं कि नहीं। अगर फिनिक्स का बदले वो लोग वेले खेल रहा होने से।
I never at one point thought that Leviathan were going to win this.
No.
Not at any
Who would
point.
ever predict Lev to win this game, right?
Most one-sided half of Masters London.
Yes.
I mean, first time we've seen a 31 all year, Billy.
That's true, bro. That's true. One-sided हो गया,
That was
एकदम से
Leviathan's
one-sided हो
one
गया।
pick. That was where they were supposed to try to get out to some level of a beginning. I'm ruined. I'm ruined.
Yeah, your pick'ems aren't looking too great today, guys. I will say that. Utter domination from PRX.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why PaperX are the favourites for this tournament.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they showed that on the first map. I think the fact that they could come in swinging like that. I
But
mean,
इसमें
Envy having a great performance.
दवाई को
We
देखो
saw
ना
the
भाई,
old
16-1
329
मतलब
ACS
16
is
का
just
केडी लेके घूम रहे हो बंदा।
Davai only having 1 death throughout the whole map. Mimi, talk to me.
No, this is honestly ridiculous from PaperX. I think they had a great read of how to play their early rounds. And we can see some of those here where they had these aggressive looks, be it these ideas towards mid or fighting early into an extremity, which really shoehorns Lev into going for late hits on an expected side. And I think that's where the Sentinel utility was so valuable for PaperX. They were always
ये ulti
holding
इतना
on to
proper है
wall
bro,
or some
इतना
Vice
proper
utility
ulti।
to completely hold the other side of the map, which meant they had
यहाँ पे
very
देखो,
quick
यहाँ पे
rotations.
मिस्टेक बताता है, ठीक
Were
है?
always
लेफ्ट
in
का
the
ये
right
लेफ्ट का
position
मिस्टेक बताता है, इधर देखो,
for
इधर देखो, इधर
PaperX. They
देखो।
were
ये देखो, नियॉन पहुंचा वाल लगा के यहाँ तक, ये पूरा वो खाली है, देख रहा है? वाल का वजह से दवाई को दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है। सोवा है इधर, रुक जा, सोवा उधर क्यों है?
Aggressive looks, be it these ideas towards mid or fighting early into an extremity, which really shoehorns Lev into going for late hits on an expected side. And I think that's where the Sentinel utility was so valuable.
ये बस बता दे भाई, ड्रोन कर दिया, सब कुछ हो गया।
Late hits on an
ये
expected
देखो, ड्रोन
side.
सब
And I
कुछ
think
हो
that's
गया,
where the Sentinel
सब कुछ हो गया, ठीक है? स्मोक आ रहा है ओमन का।
utility was so
ये यहाँ क्या कर रहा है ब्रो? जब फ्यूनिक्स दोनों अंदर जा रहा है, ये बंदा होल्ड कर रहा है चैम्बर। किसको? वॉल बना के रखा है ना, ये यहाँ से किसको देख रहा है? कौन है यहाँ पे? किसको दिख जाएगा ये? सिंपल सा बात है ना ब्रो, नियॉन का वाल है जिसका वजह से दवाई यहाँ खड़ा है, दवाई को दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है। हमारा सोवा का अल्टी चल रहा है, चैम्बर को बोल सकते हो उसके लिए होल्ड लिया, ठीक
valuable for
है?
PaperX.
ठीक है, देखो ये एक अल्टी चलाया है, फ्यूनिक्स टैग मारा है, तो फर्स्ट टैग में बोल सकते हैं ये लोग पीछे गया है उसके लिए, दूसरा में फ्यूनिक्स को लगा है, दूसरा में
They were all
टैग हुआ है। नियॉन यहाँ पहुंच गया ब्रो, सुबह फिर भी यहाँ क्या कर रहा है? चैम्बर इधर होल्ड कर रहा है वाल को अभी भी,
always holding
ये
on
देखो अभी भी, अभी फिर अल्टी आया है, फिनिक्स को ही मार रहा है, घुस सकता है अंदर। ये देखो सब खत्म हो गया, वाल भी चला गया, सब कुछ खत्म होने के बाद में ओमन पिक दिया 1v1,
utility
फिर
to
नियॉन पिक दिया 1v1,
completely
उसका
hold the
बाद
other
में
side of
फिर
the map,
सोबा पिक दिया 1v1।
which meant they had very quick rotations.
ये लोग मिस्टेक
It's
दिख
more
रहा है,
like
समझ
refight
रहा
A main
है?
than
ये
was
लोग
holding
मिस्टेक
them
था।
up. Pretty happy otherwise.
Yeah, I mean now they're going into 2 maps.
एक तो बहुत
where
दर दर के
they've been
खेला है,
winning constantly. I said they're on
दूसरा
a 10
सपोर्ट
match
नहीं
win
मिला है।
streak. Well, 10 maps, sorry, win streak. Whenever Jing is
तीसरा
able
एमी
to
नहीं
play
चला है।
Raze, I mean, surely we're about to see more of the same. No, can Lev actually bounce back in this one at all?
I think for Lev, I want to see what adaptations they make when we consider the defeat that they had on Lotus against NRG in the Swiss stage. And also just bring a bit of confidence, right? I think that we were seeing over-fighting from Paper X and maybe not so disciplined opponents because they knew that they had the momentum on their side.
That is a change from Lev, though, going into now this Jet Waze composition instead, literally going bar for bar with the way that Paper X plays this map and trying to match them here.
Bhai, same combo,
like you said, Josh, has been so incredible for PRX. I think on defense especially, look for them trying to get another early operator up for something. If he gets that, the rest of the team gets to be so active elsewhere. They're brutal to shut down.
अरे इसमें कमबैक कर दिया तो लेविथियन को थोड़ा चांस है, पर हमको नहीं लगता है इसमें कमबैक होगा. लोटस में
Of course, we were literally joking during Swiss stage that Lev had just yoinked
लोटस
Paper
में
X's
ऐसे है ना
composition, and like you mentioned, they're
हर
going to
बंदा
know
का
those
पास में
tendencies.
पावर है, फायर पावर है. 1v1 1v2 आराम से निकल सकते हैं पेपर इसके सब बंदा लोग, पर लेव का ऐसे
Thank
नहीं
you very
है.
much, Monopoly Man. Yes, that is the question. Can they manage to find a foothold in this series? 13-1 on your map pick. Certainly not what you want to be seeing from this squad. Now they go to Lotus, the stomping grounds of Paper X, to try to see if they can turn around their misfortunes and get themselves back into this game.
Well, no doubt, Paper X doesn't want to let Leviathan pass go, doesn't want to let him collect $200.
ये देखो, peer 1v1, peer 1v1, peer 1v1. Yeah,
now going to be suffered as Spike Team will be able to find that kill. The heal's immediately going to go through as Sato push back up the full health.
इसलिए सबसे बेस्ट है भाई इसका ही.
Huge early advantage.
Heal कर करके माथा खराब कर सकता है.
At least considering a quick push out, but Invi just going to tuck in, waiting to see.
पर dash out क्यों नहीं मारा?
They do. Meanwhile, the rest of Paper X, considering C, Lev knows Paper X's tendencies. They're at least cognizant that there could be some kind of quick lurk, quick play.
Be slotted forward, given some credence here by King, but will
just
silently drift across. No, he's going to scale forward. Does he clear it? He's got to. Has that Sheriff to swing in. Gets quite a bit of damage through, but cannot confirm the kill. Envy will be able to take him down to buy at the same time. Looking to still hold the door. Finds one. Pop Clutch is going to be sent. Backpedal over to Waterfall as Jing tucked away as well. Swings out, but Neon has the headshot. The right click's going to be going in, but blows somehow. Manages to stay alive, just 4 HP.
30 seconds left.
Heals for his teammates as much as he can offer. It's now just Envy. That recovered Sheriff in hand to try to see what damage he can get through, but this is looking good for Leviathan. 3 that he has to try to isolate. Spots the first, but there's the counter swing. Neon will be able to have it, and Lev will take the opening round. 3 players staying alive. The pistol is theirs.
Yeah, this is great for Leviathan.
अच्छा राउट था. पर वहाँ पे सच बोलूँ तो हमारा समथिंग की वजह से किया. समथिंग वहाँ से निकल सकता था आराम से.
Effectively on the second, I always think back to that Fnatic versus DRX match years ago on in the first one on Bind, and then Fnatic bounced back, no problem. So certainly the start you were looking for here. I think the only concerning thing is Paper X had a pretty good read on this round. They just got outdone in the close quarters battles. Little jump there from blows. Maybe able to avoid the brunt of that right click.
It's on a very early walkabout. Tailwind going to be expiring. Now he's stranded, and King able to just win out that aim duel. Tagged up, but again, the heals can come through. That's Divide looking for anything he can get, and will just be the one as Sato gets taken down.
पता होके भी कैसे एक मार रहा है.
Saken went and scooped up a Sheriff. Oh my god.
Push forward. King. Belter of a shot, blows is eliminated. Suddenly this is a 2v2.
Oh,
Spike Scene will get them back into an advantage position. Forsaken now to try to see if he can clutch this out. The Spike's still going to be down on the floor at backside.
क्यों लग रहा है कि 4 सेकंड निकाल देगा bro?
Has a paranoia, sets that up. He swings this though, will be to his demise. Yep, King with a stinger, able to find it, Lev rescue the round. Grab what weaponry they can. It's going to be a Phantom and a Bulldog. Carried forward as he go into the bonus.
Phantom and a Bulldog.
Damage done by Paper X though. All things considered, if something wins that battle, it's been very, very different, but hitting some nice headshots there. Envy with the classic. Jing had one with the Sheriff. This Paper X invests a little bit into that round, so therefore, Guardian, instead of the half armor for Divide, go for that full armor buy. Paper X situating themselves to contest this mount hit.
Pop flash out, up and over goes Sano, but something will be able to strike him down. Swings out, looking for a little bit more. Can't quite turn the flash.
ये क्या बोलते ये थोड़ी ना है.
Jing pushes forward the spike, trying to be recovered, but King falls alongside his teammates. Now just Neon on the complete opposite side of the map to try to see if he can do any further damage here. Otherwise, it's going to be a very clean anti-bonus for PRX. Forsaken tucked in, still immediately going to be found. Damage does come through, but now it'd have to be a 4K clutch to try to convert this one. PaperX just getting themselves situated around the corner. Flash at the ready, looking for the 3-2-1. They swing ahead of it, and Neon is still able to find 2 more kills. That ends up being very catastrophic for PaperX in the end, as only Jing will survive.
Yeah, economy's going to be a little bit funky here for PaperX coming into this round. Curious what the buy's going to look like for Leviathan. It's a good opportunity for an Outlaw to come into this next round. Jing is going to have that showstopper, though. Yeah, I like this from Neon. Really nice pickup.
Maybe they thought that he was going to be playing anti-flash, turned away. And he just faces forward, takes his chances. He sent showstopper now online. Several half armors, so Neon with this Outlaw could absolutely feast.
And with both boombots there, Lev definitely not wanting to mess with that off the rip. Just looking for that re-aggression. Do get that Prowler, does get a quick spot there onto the last trailing player. Now PaperX gonna shift around their formation just a little bit. As Leviathan taking their time with those aggressive early push outs of B. King trying to put himself in a spot where he can counteract that if there is another walkabout from the PRX boys, but a clear here of rubble off of all of this Sky util. Envy does spam a little bit, but this hasn't dissuaded Lev too much just yet. That may be all according to plan.
Jump spot from Jing, not going to see anything. They've already cleared past rubble, sliding forward towards the door.
Jing call दे रहा है भाई, रुक जा भाई, जहाँ पे भी है.
Jump peek out. Jing now able to back away, but it's going to be Envy dead. Playing alone forward into tree. Loses his life, something still waiting for this lurk. Will be able to find a shot. King going to be struck down. So 4v4 with the plan coming through. The showstopper now going to be sent out. Spots one with the
Jing Baba. थोड़ा सा जल्दी मार दिया रे.
Blows able to keep him covered. Finds that elimination. Divine now trying to scale forward. Does have the full armor. And smoke will bloom here in the on space. Clear of the Seekers. Alerting them to something's presence, but Forsaken at the same time is able to find Spike Scene. Rewrite of the rope, Sano looking for the push, Neon able to find the 2 kills, and the cleanup is good. 2 players alive, Leviathan maintaining the lead 3-1.
Well played, bro.
Yeah, they're playing really disciplined here. Kind of like what we saw in a sense. Now they're hitting some of their shots, Neon in particular, really thriving. Great call there to dip into the Outlaw, see what they can get done with that, but this win right onto Envy. Envy tries to challenge it, maybe thinking that it might be a solo player. You see this all the time where there's a lurker who's playing with that door, trying to play with info. And that one, yeah, that one's a little bit frustrating. You're going to lose that showstopper too, and now you're on an eco as PaperX. So that's a brutal round. Leviathan giving themselves a really good chance to stretch this to 4.
This time probably earned frustration there for Alex as Forsaken is trying to find this elimination on Neon. Tags him, the knives immediately going to be popped. He's looking for it, and he's able to find it. Forsaken going to be struck down. Neon able to find a second, but Jing is there as well. Comes away with a kill. Tailwind out. Something able to dodge that paranoia. Keeps it into a 2v2 as the jump spot will locate him. They know that he's still sticking around. They know he's going to be in this more entrenched position, but he's still somehow able to find Spike Scene. Savai around the back, the Sheriff in hand, blows, pulling off of the angle now. Checking towards the baby door, nothing going to be spotted there, and Divine clips him in the head to get the MasterCard thrifty.
और ये लोग कैसे इको राउंड हार गया?
Just unreal today.
क्या खेल रहे हैं लोग?
On Ascent.
गोल होने के बाद भी कैसे मर रहा है?
In between the halves here, Divine goes. I go one death, buddy, and he goes, yeah, maybe I should have just saved that round. I was like, where's the bonus, bro?
भाई एलेक्स से बहुत गाली खाया है. अगर वो राउंड नहीं निकालता तो एलेक्स बहुत गाली देता है.
PaperX well ahead as far as the ults are concerned as well.
That operator, scary.
अबे ये क्या स्मोक था? ये क्या स्मोक था? ये क्या स्मोक है? एक स्मोकर का गलती है ब्रो. 4 सेकंड ये क्या स्मोक था भाई बता दे जरा
Turn of the flash. Forsaken looking for that second kill, but he cannot get it. Sato will be able to strike him down. Envy now backpedaling over to the connector door. Divine ready to counter swing out from stairs. Envy holds his own for one. The showstopper's gonna be locked in, but Envy ends up getting out in front of that one. Dodges it, but now something on the approach around the back will be noted by this wall. King still alive and in the mix. Just pops that to make them continue considering the flank, but it looks like Lever considering the pivot into the B site where something lying in wait, but he's getting more and more committed onto this angle. Finds one, Cloudburst down. Skirts back and front out, the swing not coming through. Both players dangerously low. 65 health between the two of them.
Just trying to wait this out, probably talking about how they want to clear this. Do have a little bit of util with the raise.
Oh. What a hit that would have been. Ends up going wide. King
लग जाता ना अगर
play has the seal guard as well for a post plant.
सिटी पुश करने वाले हैं क्या दोनों
Does he just send it? No. Doesn't get given the opportunity, and there's the shot. Something eventually creeping in behind is able to find Sato, and Paper Rex with a fuse will tie it up at 3-3.
I mean, this is just the individual brilliance of Paper Rex on display. Able to kind of outdo some of their opponents in big moments here. Some trades early.
पर यहाँ जो इनवी को नहीं मार पाए वो सबसे बड़ा गलती हो गई है
At least doesn't die to the showstopper.
Yeah.
But then something all over the map there.
ये लोग को दो तीन गलती है इसमें भी हम गलती बता सकते हैं तुम लोगों को चाहिए तो ये देखो यहाँ पे ये देखो यहाँ पे 1v3 है 1v3 है ये पॉप करके चला गया फिर भी वो ए नहीं गया बी गया उल्टा ए चला जाता तो प्लान हो जाता था आराम से पर ये बी चला गया
but he's getting more and more committed onto this angle. Finds one, Cloudburst down.
अबे
Skirts back in front. Is going to be there with that operator.
And Neon's got one too here, but he's all on his own. This is scary.
Playing it solo. Something maybe anticipating that TP up the top. Nothing going to be seen there. Neon will get rewarded with that operator. Finds the kill. Forsaken going to be struck down the peak in. Looking for the flick, but it does not connect. Quick reposition back onto the site, trying to see if anyone gives him an angle.
ये लगेगा ये आकर पीक लिया तो
Do they
लगेगा
swing into this, or do they just backpedal front out? They're staying statuesque. Tucked around the corner. As Trailblazers going to lead the way. Something considers chasing it, but this is maybe a bit of false info here. Paper Rex are starting to rotate out, not expecting that everyone is widely just sat here at Mount.
Yeah, they're anticipating that off of that Trailblazer that Leviathan would make a move with that info that was gathered on the Paper Rex side, but
सी उठा ले ऐसे उठा ले
on this attack.
प्लांट कर दे एक को मार दे बस नेक्स्ट राउंड एवरेज निकल जाएगा
Paper Rex out. They know that can be one of those things that gets into Paper Rex's head is they gotta keep moving, they gotta keep going, and you can use that against them sometimes.
35 seconds, they don't even hear this Trailblazer, so TP4, they will find this site empty. There is not even a lick of util from the Vice either. Jing going up and over, not tripping the wall, and that could be costly. King, however, watching back, I do believe, checking this angle, and Jing might get caught off guard. He's able to find the spot out, but cannot find the kill. Now the Steel Garden at the ready. Swinging from Sato to his demise, something able to come away with one, trading it back. It's still in a player deficit. Fadeaway shot is able to find Neon before his gun is taken away.
कुछ भी क्या हो रहा है bro
3v3, and now the knives are here. Something looking to try to break their way forward onto the side. He's going to be good for one, but Spicing sits him down. Envy now scaling forward, but it's Divine coming away with blows. The defuse is in, and Paper Rex, he will take the lead.
4v3 था वो ये वाला जो पीक आया है ना फालतू वाला जो
I mean, it takes a lot to get there. Again, good flank awareness from Leviathan.
ये वाला जरूरत नहीं था क्योंकि उसका अल्ट जा रहा था स्काई का उसके साथ में वो क्यों पीक लिया पता नहीं
in their backside quickly, and even with Jing trying a cheeky up and over, they're still ready for it. They got it. Well, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, you have an odd man situation post plant there for Leviathan. Something holding onto that Blade Storm there. It's a nice counter to the Steel Garden. Devi fearless for those peaks around the corner. It's little things like that that are so difficult to play against. Very few teams play like Paper Rex.
Fast hit now going to be coming forward. TP into the site. Spikes in arriving. And Sato able to dispatch Jing. Envy trying to fill that space, trying to push in him. That paranoia does not connect. Devi is only going to be good for one. They up the pace, and it's looking pristine. Leviathan Not going to be allowing for Paper X to start running away with this. Unless something can come away with a 4K clutch with the operator. Lev will tie it up 4-4. Tucks back, Trailblazer, not going to get the spot out. But this is still a gargantuan task, even for somebody of something's caliber. I have to expect that this is just going to be a save.
For sure. Just a matter of, is anybody going to try to clear him? Try to take the gun. Still some money in the bank for Paper Rex between something and Envy.
पिछले वाला मैप के हिसाब से तो सही खेल रहा है भाई. एक टक्कर का मैच चल रहा है 4v4.
We'll just stick around trying to see if he gets these exits, but Leviathan wise to it will make their way through the connector out towards the A side of the map, keeping everybody else alive. So 4 weapons going to be carried over, so they look to build up this economy for themselves. Paper Rex, it's rough around the edges. Cash in hand for Envy, but the other players widely buying down. So 4-4, Leviathan not going out without a fight.
For sure, and this is them winning a lot of individual battles. They're trying to play off the back of those flashes quick, but Leviathan, because Sato's able to hold the line. Yep, and when he's on fire, that's when Leviathan is definitely scary. Want to see him pick it up. Hard not to like the way he's been playing so far here in London. A little bit of a rough start, though. But that round right there, a difference maker for sure.
Boombot out, TP up. Delwyn going to be popped, something looking for the peak. Makes his exit, the updraft having to be used as well, but Forsaken at the same time going to be taken down, trying to scale out of that A door. Again, just dispatched by Neon. Now the Seeker's online, and Envy dropped as well. The peak from main.
Ulti मार दे blows, ulti मार दे blows, तीनों का तीनों निकल जाएगा blows.
And now they're rotating off the site.
Now they have to get him one way or another. Keep that op in safe positions is probably what you're considering here.
And once again, Leviathan just going to look to run down the clock a bit. Go for that slow creep forward. See that they have this side empty. As Devi will start cutting back towards this side, just a Sheriff in hand. Might be good for 1 or 2, but I have to suspect that he's not going to be able to hold his own for very long. Spot him on that Trailblazer. Will move forward. The smoke, however, is going to be dissipating, and Neon is very much ready for it. Immediately has the shutdown for Jing and something. It's time to just tuck back. Wait for this spike to erupt.
You could definitely go hunting now as Leviathan. You should be pushing the map very quickly here. They already are. So Jing heard that flash over in water, so he's just gonna try something a little bit different. Nice that you're gonna be able to save that Sky ult as well here as Leviathan going into the next round. Kind of curious if maybe this is where Alex gets involved. Might be time to calm the boys down a little bit.
Yeah, I have to suspect off the back of this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you might want to. There's a kill for something. You might want to talk about some of these isolation plays that they're trying to make, some of these 1v1s that they're taking. Probably just say, hey, I know we had a great ascent, but let's tighten the screws a little bit. Let's get this ship sailing back in the right direction. Because right now, the wind's against us.
You see the timer stop, so timeout call will be coming through. As Paper X assess how they're going to get back into this one. Because it's just been a lot of contact fights that they're not winning, resulting in these very early advantages for Leviathan. So Coinbase's win condition for them is just pump the brakes, play it slowly. You know that Lev is going to be more than happy to do just the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the discussion here.
Alexa,
look, we know what they're doing. They've shown us a few fast rounds, right? Like we had the one on the B where they're going to dive in. Don't counter, play for these retakes. You know, we're doing a great job in that regard. Even when we've been at an odd man disadvantage, if we wait for the full forces, if we play together, that's when they're at their best. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure that, you know, you've got the support there before you start making your moves. And just probably just chill a little bit. I mean, the aim's been a little bit off compared to what we saw in Ascent, so those things coming through. But yeah, it is Defender's side of Lotus, but believe it or not, folks, Paper X has been better on the Defender side on this map, so probably want to make sure that you're getting as much value as you can out of this. Not in an ult cycle, really, other than Forsaken's ult, which you never know when he's got that in hand.
True.
What the hell he's going to do, but
could do something wild, but 2 away from having a showstopper back online. Looks like they're gonna try to fight this at Mount. Rubble. Secure that
ऐसा
orb.
नींद आ रहा है bro. क्या मौसम चल
Come away with anything else, but Lev, they have the numbers stacked up here, so they are more than ready for a scrap. As the shot not going to be connecting.
something.
Quick little jump across from Sano and Neon.
Nice shot.
Just paces
Nice.
forward. Phantom
अभी अच्छा अल्टी आया. ये आया ना अल्टी सही. ये हुआ ना भाई मैच. ये हुआ ना play.
That is going to be a 3-player advantage.
ये हुआ
It's a
play.
timeout call. Whatever they had drummed up, it's better on the side of Lev.
Nice.
Base in Neon. Good for another. Swings out, and oh my God! Swift on the taps to buy. Dead. And it is a
दवाई
flawless
तेरा
for
लास्ट
Leviathan
बार
to
का
get
एम
up
इधर
to
नहीं
6.
चलेगा ब्रो. लास्ट टाइम ये लोग भाग रहा था पर इस टाइम ये लोग आ गया.
That Phantom is hot, to say the least.
Good lord.
Oh my God, this one right here.
One enemy remaining.
He doubles down, deals with Devi. That one, a little bit frustrating. You know, something there, got a little bit baited. Thought he could go for the crazy flick. You know, maybe that early one on Ascent got him feeling that he can hit anything. And
now the operator's
ये
out of
हुआ ना
cycle.
VCT वाला मैच.
As Showstopper going to be invested here. Neon as well with the knives and Sano! Man, like both duelists!
दो उठाया.
Finds it from beyond the grave, and Neon is still just looking so slick, so
One
keyed
HP.
in. Will not be able to find the kill on the NB, but tees it up. Took him low, and now it's just a buy. Dead on the push out of the smoke. Leviathan
दूसरा
up to 7.
दूसरा आएगा शायद अभी.
A lead at the half now secured with one more round to be played.
दूसरा आएगा शायद.
they are
Time out.
just on it. I mean, a great coordination
क्या
here.
हुआ इधर?
The deep
अभी दिखाई नहीं
flash
ulti
gets
कैसा
some
था.
space. I mean, just insane stuff with
वो
the
दिखाई नहीं ulti.
Showstopper into a Blade Storm. Paper Rex is trying to see if they can counter it. And Alex doesn't like the play, doesn't like the idea. Yeah, losing both duelists that fast. Sure, Sato. Don't need that second blast pack.
Well, maybe not the way that they've been playing.
Right.
As Jing again, that Showstopper at the ready. A shot out from something. Pops that tailwind. Meanwhile, Neon has the operators holding down that position at Mound, making sure that there's no deep push coming through.
पेपर जीतने का चांस.
And he will
यार
have shot eliminated, and there's just no way to counter swing him that quickly. So he gets out.
यार वो कुछ भी पिक ले रहा है.
Able to find the kill. Divine now eliminated, and Paper Rex continue to
वो
struggle.
देख लिया.
As Forsaken
4 सेकंड मार. स्मोक का है ब्रो. कोई भी स्मोक कर भी नहीं रहा है.
In with a shot. Explodes now, going to be eliminated. King down. Forsaken will get traded. Now a 2v2. The Showstopper still available to Jing.
ये लोग कभी ये लोग एम चलते हैं कभी भूल जाते हैं.
As the plant will be committed in something. Staying in place. The operator getting closer and closer. He's scoped in. Something, however, doesn't have the angle. Now we'll check him. Finds the shot. Immediately dashes forwards. The Showstopper's just trying to locate this player. We'll have him. Spike scene will explode. And that's going to be Paper Rex.
भाई एक चीज सिंपल चीज समझा दे. मुझे सिंपल चीज समझा दे.
Coming through.
ठीक है ये एक लिया. ठीक है ये एक लिया. या 4v5. ये एक लिया 3v5. यहाँ ये डोर तोड़ रहा है. ओके कॉल है तोड़ने का. Forsaken ये स्पाइक जन जो भाग रहे बिना स्मोक डाले. जब स्मोक है फ्लैश है यूटिल कहाँ है ब्रो. स्मोक है फ्लैश है यूटिल कहाँ है. क्यों स्मोक नहीं कर रहे इधर. क्यों फ्लैश बैक साइड नहीं दे रहा है. सांतो का पास भी सैचल है भाई. सैचल करके राइट नहीं जा रहा है. वो इधर भाग रहे सब क्योंकि स्काई यहाँ से चढ़ चढ़ के आ रहा है. अगर यहाँ से पीक लेके बैठा होने से एक मिल नहीं जाएगा. नहीं तो आएगा सैचल करके चला जाना है फ्लैश करके. यहाँ से तोड़ने वाला आवाज सुनाई दे इसलिए हमारा किंग जो होल्ड कर रहा है उसको उसका फिर छोड़ दिया. फ्लैश करके छोड़ दिया. ये किल निकल गया. आगे आ गया. ब्लोस को पता है ये डोर खुला है. यहाँ से ओपन पीक आ सकता है. पर ये ब्लोस ये क्या था. क्यों एमएन से बंदा नहीं आ सकता है. तो ये लोग एम चल रहा है भाई. दिमाग नहीं चल रहा है ये लोग का.
Nice big lifting for Lev.
पता नहीं ब्रो.
Jen here with Davai of Paper X. Davai, you guys have the right form, right meta, and also kind of the right amount of experience to win out this tournament. So any worries for you coming into today's matchup?
Personally, I'm more worried about ourselves rather than the opponents. So I think if it's a good day, and I guess good to go.
Good day, Reka. Good day biscuit is the game
as well.
If you eat good day biscuit, you will win the game, bro.
Thank you and good luck.
That's the way I want to say.
Into the second half of our second map here to start off the playoffs. Leviathan rallying back. They're getting slaughtered on Ascent. They're looking right as rain so far on Lotus. Paper Rex on Struggle Street. Need to find this pistol to try to swing their way back into this. Otherwise, Lev might just be pushing it all the way to split.
Yeah, and it's been on the back of Neon. He has been incredible on that Jet. I mean,
we've
seen it in the group stage where teams have tried to mimic this Paper Rex
proper
comp with the Jet and the Rays. Not too much success, but here today, Leviathan has kind of fixed some of their problems. They've got some of that confidence. They've got some of that firepower flowing. They've got the coordination going. Everything you need here. Maybe was lacking against NRG.
बाकी सब यूज सही था. Util use करने में लोग
tried this comp against XLG and it didn't work out. So here, Paper Rex, the Pioneers, maybe going to be railroaded. Flash.
He
doesn't connect on a king there.
Huh?
No,
they're still ready.
Looking forward into the smoke to dive in, and he will be good for one. Forsaken. Turning that back. Big pop of the smoke attempt. No, ends up canceling, and that's going to be a big stun out. The Trailblazer finds two. Slows him down. Meanwhile, Spicing just drifting into the site, and Devi is able to clean him up. A little bit going to be offered back for free here by Paper Rex, but they pivot over to the C site. Plant now to come through. Still decent post-plant utility. Their own Trailblazer, a flash, as well as the paint shell.
बोलने में तो सब कुछ है. इनका पास नेड है, इनवी का पास डॉगी है, फ्लैश है, हील है.
They have a couple sheriffs. They have the ability to make a difference real
Plant
quickly
भी
just
वाका
with the
दिया
shooting
है
alone.
रेस नेड के लिए.
That's mostly what they're going to be relying on here.
ये लोग गंदा प्लान चलाया भाई. ये लोग आराम से आना चाहिए था. ये लोग दो यहाँ से जाके एक वहाँ होल्ड करके आराम से फाइट लेना था.
Starting to feel more and more comfortable that all of them are going to be on the site. So paint shell going to be layered in first and foremost, just buying that time. Pop flash going to be sent. Flow's going to be good for one, but going to be a Jing. Come away with a kill apiece. The face forward to his demise. Envy.
अगर ये जीत जाता तो
they find the pistol to try to rally back in.
Nice, solid little mid-round call here by
ये लोग राइट क्लिक क्यों नहीं चलाते भाई? हम लोग तो इतना दूर तक राइट क्लिक का किल मिलता है. हम लोग नहीं, मतलब दूसरा लोग.
Even though something going to give his life for the cause, gave them the space they needed, and they're able to set up for that backside post
राइट
plant.
क्लिक क्यों नहीं चला रहा?
Seen that a couple times here in London and how tricky that can be.
भाई Neon 20
as
किल मार
defenders
दिया.
to try to clear that. It's coming in. Outlaw for Devi. It's going to be something with the Stinger. Envy just a sheriff. Jing and Forsaken going to be grabbing the Bulldogs. No buy-up at all for Leviathan.
Paper X gambling towards the stack. Paint shell damage going to be avoided. Flash out, looking for the turn, but something does get full blind. Forsaken, however, still going to be able to find two as King and Neon get taken down. The tuck to the corner, the paranoia flying. The push in, Jing looking to try to isolate and pick him apart, but it's going to be Forsaken finding that elimination. Right click does come away with the kill. There's now a chance to get quite a bit more damage.
अरे बाबा रे बाबा. हम सोचे राइट क्लिक में दो निकलेगा सोचा.
Healed back to 42. It's Otto now going to be spotted as the outlaw shot will eventually find him in the head. 7-7.
हम राइट क्लिक में दो निकलेगा सोचे bro.
Starting off the attacker side quite well.
Yeah, it's just, again, a lot of what Leviathan is trying to bring to the table here is these surprise maneuvers with the dashes from the Jet to break the angles, and then the follow-up behind it. It almost works. They come darn close. They did quite a bit of damage in that one. So one rifle going to be brought up here. Going to pass that over to Jing. Am I going to stick on a sheriff? Something with the outlaw this time.
He's passing that over. But needs to be headshots if he wants to find the insta-kill. Everybody with full armor on the side of Leviathan.
Just looking for that quick little peek out early, but they were already ahead of the curve. Opening the door, looking for that B hit. Paper Rex toying with expectations a little bit. Trying a little bit of a different approach. Gonna keep spreading the map. They're gonna flip the wall and block the dog.
That stops it from getting any more information. Meanwhile, their own going to be cycled forward, trying to make their way through tree. But similar scenes, the Thorns are there. Shot from something rather. He's going to be able to connect. Spike's going to be tagged down to 10. blows his
अभी
aura
तो
away.
retake ही करना पड़ेगा
Getting
कोई
the
ऑप्शन
heal.
नहीं
It's gonna
स्मोक
take
कर दे
some
भाई
time.
स्मोक कर देना
Rotation's gonna
स्पाइक
start
जेन
coming through.
स्मोक लेके क्या
Try to get that Omen top
काल में
back up.
घुसाने के लिए रखा है उसको स्मोक कर दे हाँ
Potentially, maybe
अरे
they try to
यूटिल
feed
यूज
an
करता
orb
ही नहीं है ये लोग
over to Jing here, but instead they want
पता
to
नहीं
get
क्यों
on the
यूटिल को
site.
रखा
They
हुआ
know
है
they have an opportunity. They've been toying with the map. This was some really stellar mid-rounding from Paper Rex to buy themselves this space.
रिटेक कर सकता है ब्रो
Sodom not there. You can't stop the plan from coming through. Spike's able to turn the flash, turns back, is able to find that kill, but now a 2 for 2 is something trying to slow them down on this approach from Waterfall. Clippers get set up. Jing eliminated, looking for a little bit more. Here's blows, comes away with a second.
कहाँ
Now
गया
it's just something.
किंग किसके लिए
Still
वेट
with
कर
an
रहे हैं
outlaw.
ब्रो इधर फाइट कर रहे हैं सब साइड में किंग किसका वेट कर रहा है
Swap of the gun, a bulldog.
टाइम
Trying
नहीं
to
है
find a
तुम
bit
लोग
more
एक ही जगह
success,
पे बैठा
but
हुआ है
King
भाई
still at full health. Still a Sky Flash available. He's going to go ring around the Rosie. Knife out, trying to get onto the angle. Peeks in, and King, wise to it, has the shutdown. And Leviathan with 2 surviving will deny a bonus
King
conversion
किधर
as
घूम
they
रहा था
regain the lead.
सब साइड का पोल आ ही गया
Very, very
फिर भी
close,
घूम रहे
playing for
उधर
some good trades, but that one right there
ये
for
देखो वॉक
blows.
कर रहा है वहाँ पे
That little flick up to the top. Stellar.
इधर ही पता चल गया देखो इधर ही पता चल गया कि सब इधर है दिखाता है कहाँ पे
Instead, they want to get
ये
on the
देखो
site.
फ्लैश
They know
आया
they have
है
an
तो छोड़ो
opportunity.
यहाँ पे कोई नहीं है बोल सकता
Been
है
toying with the map. This was some really stellar mid-rounding from Paper
अब
Rex to
बताता
buy
है
themselves.
उसका बाद में ये पुश किया तो पता चल गया 4 सेकंड मर गया पर दवाई को उधर देखा है यहाँ पे रेस और दोनों को दिख गया रेस इधर ही है पता है यहाँ पे जेट को दिख गया ठीक है उसका दाम में बताता है ये देखो फ्लैश आ गया दोनों इधर है ना एनवी इधर वॉक कर रहा है ब्रो ये देखो जब मरा है तब भागे वो
Keep on the goal,
Can, let's go. But guys, remember, they break the door. Careful one guy playing here, okay?
I'm gonna pick a few.
They dog B already, okay?
Pick easy. Just read fast.
Wait, our bomb guys.
Bomb.
He go back, he go.
Over TP.
Went back. Guys, smoke the hole.
4 सेकंड नहीं खेल पा रहा है भाई 4 सेकंड नहीं हो रहा है
Can we swing him on something?
4 सेकंड का सब कुछ
From right side,
नियॉन
bro. From right, bro.
Yes, wait.
ले जा रहा है हमेशा पिक लेते हैं
Ready?
4 सेकंड मर जाता है भाई
Gonna turn him. Can we just go?
Because I think we just go.
That's another early kill. Neon just having Forsaken's number on this map so far.
है स्पाइक जन का बस गन नहीं है
Paper Rex getting rid of
भाई ये
pile.
हारा है जीता है इस बार
Weaponry still not quite in their favor, but that's a bit of a bogged entry. Trying to blast back forward. It's getting caught with Spicy. He'll get taken down. Neon's going to be good for another survival. Eliminated, but Invi quickly trades it back. He's looking for more, and he's got it. Blows taken down, and Sado now here. Just with the classic, trying to peel back anything he can get.
ये लोग का बस पैसा नहीं है
But Envy stands tall. 3 kills found, and now King trying to see if he can pull off a clutch, but even the damage would still be good. Can he find anything at all? Paper X fanned out across the site. Angles are covered, and it looks like King not going to try to make a go of this, or at least wants to clear out rubble. Maybe tuck away and go for
गिराने का
exits.
प्लान है
Either way, it seems like this
पैसा है
round is going to be
let's
done, and
go.
Paper
गिराने
X
का
will tie it up at 8-8.
Let's just see if King,
बस ऐसे बैठ जा बस ये बैठ जा
pretty smart, pretty clever. Paper X none the wiser.
Finding the kill there on the Jing. A bit of damage going to be tapped through, but Envy will get the 4K after all. Secures a round win, but still ends up being a bit more costly than Paper Rex would like. Certainly Alex still going to have his frustrations, but for now they find themselves tied up.
And you've got a pretty interesting scenario here coming up in the next round in terms of ultimates. Envy's going to have his, Devi has his, so a lot of ability here for Paper X to maybe try to dial up some kind of fast hit off of the back of those ultimates. Use the Seekers to lead the way. Use Devi's ult to clear some space on a site, get a plant in. Try to get the round going that way. Instead, looking for the fast B hit here. There is no doubt about this.
It can be a very quick crunch back in, though.
क्या
2 players on the rotation through Waterfall. 3 more on that A side of the map as Seekers just going to get cleared out by something. Spike now planted, smoke starting to dissipate. Neon
रिवर्स अल्टी आ रहा है
going to have to be the one to really break through. Give the team a chance in this position.
रिवर्स अल्टी आ
Getting away from the paint shells. Time still being bought. Forsaken now. joining in at B main. Paranoia going to be sent through. Lion's there. Neon looking for the first, has it, but gets taken low, has the knives as a backup. So Steel Garden does get committed to. Rest of the gun's going to be gone now, but Divide fallen, but the cleanup from Paper Rex is looking damn clean. King now having to do so much more.
Last player standing.
He helps get it into a 1v1. The time starting to bleed down. Forsaken frantically trying to find it, and he hits a fadeaway shot. Will fall to the spike eruption, but gets the round win all the same.
You want to go a little bit of a different direction here as Paper Rex. You're going to try this B side. You're able to pop so much of that util early, get in there, get the post plant. Forsaken plays it nicely, waits out the smoke, knows that he has time on his side because you could just pull him off for a little bit. He's not going to be able to do anything but try to go for the stick on the retap. And it's going to be a timeout for Leviathan. Talk about this defender side a little bit. Things starting to slip away. The economy kind of all over the place for the team. You're going to have a few players who could theoretically buy, but many who can't. So in this Coinbase win condition, maybe talking about some of the old
कोच ऐसे क्यों बैठ रहा है भाई? ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये लोग कोच को बता रहे हैं कि कोच ऐसे ऐसे ऐसा करना है, ऐसे हम लोग करेगा। भाई कोच बताना होता है ब्रो, ये क्यों बता रहा है?
You know, Paper X just did to you what you did to them on the other half, where you just get up and over it with those two duelists so fast that there just isn't really time to recover, and because something is instantly scaling in towards heaven there, towards their spawn, and creating that extra buffer for Paper X to get in and get the plant, it's just so difficult to react in time.
Well, understandably, Neon going to go for the force on this Phantom. He's got the cash behind it, and he has been insane on this map. 23, 12, and 3 at the moment on this Jet. Meanwhile, the Raze is left on struggle street a bit. Nearly both showstoppers online. If Santo can get an orb or get a kill, it's looking like why they want to be able to fight out towards C Mound, but there is no Paper X presence on that side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of hoping here that Paper X maybe gets a little bit over
They don't
anxious.
go for it.
Yeah, well, I'm worried about Jing's ult. Like, are they going to commit it here?
It's going to be a fast rotate. Trailblazer going to be cleared before he can swing that corner. But the players now arriving on the B side. Leviathan be in a position to go for a very fast crunch play back into A. Door will have to get broken. As Divine is going to be the one leading the charge. He's going to be able to dispatch blows with ease. Paranoia now going to be sent through with a reface in. Spikeson had not gotten blinded up, so he finds a kill on the Divine. Backpedal for something, hits the shot. Neon going to be taken down by the Outlaw. And has a reroute. On Spike Scene, making his way through upper now. And Sato as well, not wanting to face in towards something, and I can't blame him. With the Steel Garden, do you try to invest this? You have the weapons recovered. 2 in hand. It's going to be Showstopper out something. Cleaning up a kill on Asano. As Jing trying to get in a position to come away with his kill, but he gambles it correctly. He's just there around the corner. TP's across now for the reposition. Jing fighting for, but unable to align that shot. Gets taken down now, a 2v3, so at least a chance to get some more damage in perhaps, and King will be able to do so, but the round cannot go their way. 10-8, Leviathan back into a bye. Need to start turning things around from here.
The good news here for Leviathan is you did make it awfully costly for Paper X. You got some ults out of them. Their economy not in the best spot necessarily. They're going to be able to buy into this one, sure. But you've been doing some pretty good damage. Now you're going to be coming into your ult cycle. You're going to have that operator for Neon. Going to have the Showstopper, so there's some really good tools here to get your 9th. Give yourself another big chance here, but Paper X starting to slowly claw their way into a match victory.
Showstopper going to be sent down and Forsaken immediately. Skips down, gets out. Some ult going to be committed to no avail. Slobs it into the corner, nothing found. King, meanwhile, blast back to cross, gets the spot on the King, and that Steel Guard is going to be used very early on, but he has worked down to 1 HP. Trying to hold the line, but maybe just above the brakes here. As Spike Scene TP's into the corner, he's able to find Jing. Fakes the exit, and this can absolutely catch Paper X off guard. And it has something bounding forward. They eventually flush him out, but that play might just rescue the round for them. It's Divine and me. A volley of kills back into their favor. Neon Trying to assess which angle this is going to be, and he will find it. Envy cannot get them over the line. 2 players surviving, and Liv now 1 away from tying it up.
I think Paper X here just doesn't register that there's going to be these fast rotations from Leviathan. After that Steel Garden, I figured they just have to leave Jing as a sacrificial lamb for this round. And instead, they try to double down and take the fight, but that's a tough one to take.
भाई क्या चिल्ला रहा है? क्या हो गया भाई? कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्या? अनुकुटन हाय हाय हाय.
Behind it. And again, this is what I was talking about. You've been doing so much damage to Paper X economy. Now it's starting to rear its ugly head.
Just gonna go pushing out of this cloud burst to the demise, and spikes it. Is able to find 3.
Oh भाई.
Nearly gets the 4th. Is something. Taking down the 20 health, and the fast pivots are coming through. No updraft, so has to just wait out these thorns. And Neon ready to pop the door, go for the backstab. Something will fall. The spike now on the floor to buy. There's just no way to break this. The pressure being applied from all angles. Shell shut down as well. We'll find even more damage.
1v1 ने दिमाग खराब कर दिया उन का.
At this point, it feels like it's just a matter of time until Neon is able to find him through the wall. We'll be running low on bullets, so.
भाई का दिमाग खराब कर दिया bro.
For now, but
4v1 में भी.
Even for Devi, this is an impossible task.
Oh, nice save.
King will take him down, and that is a damn clean round for Leviathan to find as they tie it up at 10-10. Economy on the side of Paper Rex completely absent.
Yeah, they're taking some really nice fights. Right here at Mountain, a great flash from the Vice to tee him up. Beautiful timing from King, who has been so good with his util.
अच्छा वो अलग से चल रहा है. हम सोचे भाई ये क्या चल रहा है? ये कैसा क्या आ गया?
That's what was going on.
सबमरीन में बैठ के जैसे वाला क्या चल रहा है? सबमरीन में बैठ के क्या?
Double digits hit for both squads.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably now talking about the macro game for Paper X. A couple rounds here where they've been outdone in that regard, where they've kind of brute forced their way through, and I think they got too much confidence from. It was round 18 there where they brute forced their way onto A, and yeah, they got through, they made it work.
देखो इसमें ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोच प्लेस को कुछ बता रहे हैं, पर उसमें ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है. उसमें ऐसा लग रहा है कि प्लेस कोच को कुछ बता रहा है कि कोच आपका गलती है. आप ऐसे क्यों नहीं बता रहे? आप ऐसे क्यों नहीं खेल रहे?
Jing's the only one who really gets caught by it. He's stuck on there. They've done some damage, and instead they try to go for the refight through that door without the right util to really clear it. And even then, it's still a big gamble because you've given up that opportunity for Leviathan to make those rotates. So probably just talking a little bit more about how they want to approach the map. They're going to be coming into an eco. Something going to go with the Marshal, it looks like. Everybody else, Sheriffs. It's getting close. It's getting interesting.
And it's exactly what Lev needs. They can just avoid dropping another thrifty over. Whole position to extend this over to split.
ओरे भाई.
Maybe with a glimpse, but we'll just make his exit.
भाई.
Meanwhile, Neon. Easy enough shot.
क्या headshot मारा है bro.
He's been so good on this map. It's crazy. He is out of control. And there's this wall here. Let's see if Paper X is just trying to bait this a little bit, if they're actually going to make a move, because Blows is ready. Oh, never mind.
Okay. Face forward, a hell of a lot more players there than he might have anticipated. Devi's going to be able to find the kill, and does manage to find Sato as well to boot. Forsaken trying to push the issue, but let's get blinded up. But Jing now, with that sheriff in hand, still going to be good for an elimination. The shorty doesn't come away with one. Neon looking for the no-scope. Jing will knife him, but spikes it at the same time. Swoops in.
Ayore baba.
Headshot. And what the hell just happened?
No way.
Masterclass 50, and I don't know what I just watched.
भाई क्या हो गया bro?
Was it a no-scope? We got to see
it. क्या खेला है bro?
These make sense. I can understand
1v1
but now we get to this part, and things start going wonky.
Oh my God. Oh. And it was going so well for Leviathan. But it's just one little mistake. And it costs you so much. Still have the operator, still had the money,
भाई
But now a lot of players are going to be bought down in those
हेट
credits.
यार
Pivotal
अच्छा खेल
round,
रहा था रे
especially with Paper Rex swinging their weight over towards the A side. There
One
is
from a
lot
Seekers,
of
one
this-
from a Showstopper.
Yeah.
In the grabs the orb, sends it immediately. TP passes
Lulu
well.
aane wale,
Forsaken trying to
Lulu
get
aane
himself forward
wala.
onto the side. He's going to be King trying to hold things over a tree, and he cannot hold it at all. Showstopper going to be locked.
Huh?
Jing able to find that elimination with a volley of kills back for Lev. Are still looking decent, but Jing is looking better.
GG दिख रहा है bro मुझे तो
A 3K for him.
पैसा भी नहीं इसका बस इको है
And a spike scene. Having to do it all in a 1v3. He'll be good for a kill or something, but Jing gets the 4K. And Paper Rex get up to
ये तो
match
GG हो
point.
गया bro क्योंकि इसका पास तो
There's so
फिर
much
ये
has been
आएगा
talked about
इको राउंड
coming into
आएगा
this
कैश
match
नहीं है
with Jing's raise, and he'd been relatively quiet until this round, and he finally comes to life with a big one, gets the showstopper, gets the 4K, and gets Paper Rex one away.
They're on the verge of a 2-0 to start off their run here at the playoffs. Leviathan now calling what could very well be their final timeout of this series. Like you said, the money is going to be rough around the edges. Have to suspect that Neon is going to be playing for an orb. He's one away from having those knives online, and he will have to make them connect.
Well, I think this is what you're talking about, is exactly how you want to utilize your util to make sure you can get one of those orbs, whether it be C, whether it be A. Which one of those are you going to think about fighting for? You know, you've got the exact same setup, so it's where do you want that flash to land? Do you want to commit the paranoia to it to make sure you can get it? The paint shells are 100% coming out wherever you're fighting. It's just a matter of, is your coordination going to be better than Paper Rex's if you run into each other? That's just the big question. This is a lot, I think, about just this one specific round, and then maybe a few little macro ideas talking about, hey, let's make sure we're not giving up quite so much space. Let's be a little bit more proactive in the info game. Once Paper Rex is dug in, they are impossible to drag out.
Well, I don't know about you, but I, for one, would love to see this go to overtime.
This is gonna be fun.
As Leviathan
Here.
will need to make that happen to try to claw their way back into this. See if they can get it done. The up and over attempt at the flick. Something unable to find Sato. Just leaping at them, and that alone is enough for him to gain control.
Does give you that Blade Storm.
Yeah, Blade Storm grabbed off that orb, so Sato putting his life on the line so that Neon can thrive. Able to find a smattering of damage, but eat some back in exchange. The heals are going to be there.
Yeah, how many knives did he have to use there? 2?
I believe
Couple.
So.
That's important.
You can find the reset. As it's going to be challenging here against Invi, and there you have it. The clean one tap. And now can just collect the gun as well. Pass that over to teammate and just hold on to it himself. Looks like it's going to be the former. He'll take the Guardian in hand and the slow scale forward from Paper Rex as they continue to creep up towards the more stacked site. Sato just staying tucked away. Angel's at the ready, but Spike's in on that peak is able to find something, and Blows gets the buy in exchange. The player advantage very much established here for them. Forsaken does manage to intercept Neon.
30 seconds left.
Elimination found, but now a 2v3. The swing around the back of side. Jing able to find Sato, but the spike going to be dropped and Forsaken having to do it all.
Yeah.
He's going to go TPing across the other side of the map. The util here shrugs off that damage from the Thorns. Spike now in play. King, the first to arrive. The jump spot has seen him. Forsaken pushing forward. Sees him on the other side. Just jumping over that corner. Goes back towards water. The shorty looking for the kill. 17 bullets remaining in the mag. They just go ring around the rosy, the tap of the defuse. Not committing to it quite yet though, and Forsaken able to isolate down to 1. Knows exactly where the other player is, but he only has 6 health. Blows has to try to go for the push. He has to go.
अबे मार देना भाई हे भगवान 6 HP का था पिस्टल से मारना था
2-0 in the series. Paper Rex have arrived in London.
And what a start for them. That ascent has got to have a lot of teams shaking in their boots. You would think that's one of their weakest maps, and they absolutely destroy Leviathan. Lotus, a much closer affair, much more of what we expected out of this match, and a great bounce back from this young squad. but it's still not enough. And time again, you hear this. You go up against Paper X for the first time, and it ain't easy.
Yeah, can't be too upset about that one. It's a good rally back after getting massacred on the opening map for Leviathan. I think there is still a bright future, still an opportunity for them to make a run from that lower bracket here in Masters London. Like you said, you go up against the train for the first time, you're probably going to get your ass beat.
The momentum is heavy with this Paper X team, and not much you can do sometimes. They're just on it. But,
अच्छा खेला है भाई.
the Lotus looks shaky. There's things now that other teams are probably looking at, probably going, okay.
For sure. I think Paper X maybe will have to reassess that depending on who they end up playing against in the next round. But for Leviathan, we'll see how they're going to be rebounding after this loss. They, of course, are going to be the ones that risk Paper X for now, keep themselves in that upper bracket. A big win coming out as that first seed team from VCT Pacific. But still plenty to reassess and work on with the day off.
It's just crazy. It's Paper X team, what they can do sometimes.
They are certainly a wild bunch, but probably the one who's shown a little bit brighter here today is Device. Let's hear from him in the Verizon post-match interview.
There are so many fans who have been waiting weeks to meet their favorite team, but I'm going to come in and steal Divide from them for just a moment. Divide, can I just chat to you super quickly? We know that you wanted to work on your pistols and your post plants coming into London. 3 out of 4 pistols won today. You must be happy.
Yep. I mean, it's a good improvement. I think the Paper fans should be happy about it, you know? So, yeah.
And are you happy with yourself? Because you were 15-1 on that opening map of Ascent.
I'm not complaining, I guess.
So let's talk then about what happened on Lotus, because it's fair to say Leviathan weren't able to hit their shots against you in that opening map, but they fought back on Lotus. Did that take you by surprise?
I think it's bound to be a hard map, especially on Lotus, because they ran same com as us, and I mean Neon was hitting really good shot, so props to him, and yeah, it's a hard one.
So what did Alex say to you? In that timeout he called after round 20 when it was 10-10, what got you over the line from that conversation?
Guys, I know you guys are chill, but I need you guys to be calmer, okay? So chill and breathe.
And you chilled and you breathed, and now you're here meeting your fans. Very quickly, anything you want to say to all the PRX fans who turned out for you today?
Thank you so much for coming, supporting us. I didn't know that we have so many fans in London, so yeah, you guys are lit.
You're going to see so many more of them. Please go meet your fans. You guys stick around. More coming up after this break.
Incredible win from Paper X there. I'm here with Billy and with Coach Alex as well to have a little bit of a discussion about it. I mean, the way that you announced yourselves on the playoff stage with a 13-1 win, that was something different. That was spectacular stuff from you.
A bit surprising, to be honest, because I know that it's the best man, but I think we had a really good comp against theirs. So it's a bit hard for them to actually come into the sites, and I think that's where they're strong, you know, right in entrances.
Is that one of the reasons why you felt confident in this matchup?
No, honestly I picked it because
there's no shot, man.
Of course I did.
There's no way.
Honestly, like for us, like Ascent is not the best map, and we know the Vitality per ban Ascent. So it's actually I would have liked Vitality, but the boys wanted someone to fight. You know, they wanted someone aggressive.
Your team is crazy.
That's interesting. Wait, so the reason that you didn't pick Vitality then is because you wanted to play against someone aggressive?
Or it wasn't me. It was I want Vitality.
You want Vitality?
So I came here thinking I'm going to play Vitality. It's going to be nice. And then the boys are like, no. We play someone fast for our first game. Okay. So I was like, all right.
And now presumably they're feeling in pretty good form. I mean, what was the discussion like between map 1 and 2 when you'd had such a great opener?
I mean, the most important thing for us would be to reset. I always tell them like the score should be 0-0 when they think about it. But I think we went in a little bit tense in the second game, and it started really slow for us, but managed to pull through. Nice clutches.
Yeah. Their Lotus comp, they seem like they kind of copy you. I mean, there are a few teams in the world that are doing that as well. Full Sense are doing that even domestically. You have a team right now that is thriving in this meta and seems to find like new answers all the time. You must know that the community thinks that you're the big favorites for this event. I've heard the players talk about there's no pressure on us. So what's the mentality like inside the team there?
I think what Ilya said, where we already won one, pressure's a little bit off. I think we're trying to bring that all the time. Traditionally, not very good under pressure. When the stakes are the highest, we're like, oh, okay, we have to win. When we think like that, it's usually not good. So we're trying to make sure everything is nice and calm. I think it's been a good first game, yeah.
We had heard from one of the players as well how they weren't really feeling any pressure coming into this event. Is that just like the mindset that you want to have because of the reasons you've mentioned? Because of course you have Envy that hasn't been able to lift a trophy just yet. So yeah, I guess what was the mindset coming into the event and how come you're not feeling that pressure?
I'm feeling pressure.
You're feeling pressure. Can you speak on behalf of the players though?
Yeah, but I mean, they want to have fun. They come here. I think it's been a while since they've been to EMEA. Last one was Paris, and London's nice. You know, like everyone really wanted to come here to enjoy like the English crowd. And then, but I think pressure-wise, yes, they're trying to keep it like I said just now. They're trying to keep it off themselves. Just play free, have fun, and let's see what happens. You know.
How do you feel about the opponents that you're going to be playing against? I mean, do you have a prediction for that game? Do you expect to be? You said you'd quite like to be playing against Vitality. Do you think that that's a more likely outcome than the Heretics Vitality game we've got coming up next?
I'm not sure, but it's the grand final of the EMEA, right? So it's going to be another rematch. I think Vitality is a little bit more rest now. They had a long run, right? Actually, no. Heretics went low bracket all the way.
Heretics went low bracket the entire way through. Yeah.
Well, they have the hometown boy, so I think we're gonna meet Heretics.
I mean, it'll be great to see Benjamin Fish coming up next. It is Team Heretics playing against Vitality, the EMEA Grand Finals rematch, as you said. So stick around and we'll cover that.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup. And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch-side access.
Are you? David Beckham.
A Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
In esports, legendary moments demand speed, scale, and soul. Players and fans bring the heart. Technology brings it to life. Every frame, every stat, every decisive play. In partnership with the Valorant Champions Tour, we're driving digital innovation that empowers the esports ecosystem to keep expanding. So players can focus on the game, and fans can focus on the moment.
Los Niños finally banished that second place curse by winning in VCT EMEA. It was a massive lower bracket run. They beat Vitality in the grand finals. It was a crazy 5-mapper. But they've yet to win a global tournament, and Heretics have been in these finals before. That's another second place curse potentially. Could this be the time, Billy? What's the form looking like for these kids?
Yeah, I think that you have to consider their performance regionally. They got knocked into that lower bracket on the very first day of playoffs, and then went on to beat Eternal Fire in the rematch to be able to qualify to make it to this event. Honestly, I think it's the best form that they could have come into. The odds were stacked against them when we think about that BO5 grand final against Vitality, yet somehow they were able to break the curse and finally lift a regional trophy in EMEA.
Yeah, went all the way to 5 maps. What a moment it was for Benji, getting to qualify here, play in front of his home crowd now in London. He was one of the key players for me when I was watching those playoffs in EMEA. But the team, they stepped up as a whole. Not only was their approach to this meta really interesting and quite good, but the player form made me feel like I was watching that 2024 Heretics team that actually did something internationally, made it to that champs final again.
It's crazy because the group didn't start off for them like that at all. They had lost their first 2 games in the regular season, and then for some reason, the reason probably being Koshmaris, they just decided to go on a blitz run, and it was absolutely incredible to watch. They look at their peak performance right now.
Well, let's talk about Koshmaris then, shall we? Because he is the guy who turned the ship around for them. He's come in, he's a rookie player, he's a big Neon player as well, and we're seeing Neon nerfs. Now, we've just seen, like, you can play well with Neon. Neon is still getting really strong performances out here, but how do you think Kosh in particular is going to be affected by this change?
I don't think he's going to be hugely affected. Honestly, I would be surprised if he wasn't still playing the Neon. I think that this was such a big win condition for Heretics, the way he played, in particularly their ideas in early rounds of how to take space and fight for opening picks around Koshmaris. Their game plan was hugely reliant on him finding success in those moments. They used huge amount of resources to get it done, but he was very consistent in delivering it.
Yeah, he was definitely the turnaround point for Team Heretics, and I think the coaches were criticized quite a little bit at the beginning when they decided to make that roster change, but in my opinion, him coming into this roster has actually allowed Vit to feel more comfortable across the duelist pool as well that we can consider. And I guess my question to you guys is, have you ever seen a Neon running it down on the Odin, and can we expect to see him do that here on the global stage?
I mean, we've seen imitators, like in America's Jaw started to do it a little after Koshmaris, but he's the originator of this, and it's kind of ridiculous how good he was with the Neon Odin.
Dude, he was fantastic with it. He literally is pioneering something as a player who's just coming in. Now, Neon is not getting picked as much here because of these nerfs, but the win rate is still spectacular. It's one, I mean, prior to the game that we just watched, because I ran the numbers there, it was 8 out of 12 maps Neon has actually won when there isn't a Neon on the other side. That's exceptionally good. I mean, where is the nerf?
And the thing is, we are probably expecting to see this Neon pick rate go up now that Koshmaris is here, because when I consider his time in EMEA, they were playing Neon across every single map, and as you've already kind of hinted at, Mimi, I don't think we expect to see him move away from that agent.
No, I think that if he changes away from Neon, we'll actually see a Heretics that is significantly changing the way that they play, because I think so many of their game plans are built around specifically him on the Neon, on the defense as well, with how they play their aggressive rounds. To me, the change for Heretics, like you're saying, the turnaround, the style was all about the implementation of this guy.
And do not forget, this guy was playing in Tier 3 literally only 6 months ago. And now today, he gets to step onto that global stage, which is just so exciting.
Well, this global stage is happening in London, and there is a hometown hero in this match. So let's hear from the man himself, Benjamin Fish.
Jen here with Benji Fishy of Team Heretics. Now, Benji, you've played in front of huge crowds before, but this time, this is your home crowd. Talk to us about the different type of excitement that you're feeling right now.
I think I'm most excited to play in front of my family and my friends. I think that's what, you know, I've been thinking about the most, but I hope the crowd's going to be on my side because I'm English. So, yeah, I guess we'll see.
We have to set the bar. So, what are you expecting from the crowd? Say, Benji Fishy, ace!
Woo!
Benji Fishy, clutch!
Oh my god, he's so good! Oh my god! Wow, my English go.
Team Heretics win! Woo! All right, get that, guys? We'll be expecting that from you.
live coaching the crowd there. I don't know if the crowd is going to feel super confident about replicating Benji Fishy on that one, but well, it's packed to the rafters today for Paper X London now for this game too.
Yeah, it's tough to do. Do we want to try?
No, I don't. You do not. I can't see enough movement. I don't want another scenario like that.
All right.
No, I want to talk about the match further and look at things from Vitality's perspective here, right? Because yes, that EMEA Grand Finals goes to 5 maps, but that was with Vitality having double map ban as well, and still Heretics won. Vitality have come through the Swiss stage unharmed, 2-0. They beat DRG with a chaotic win over Foot as well. But nobody wanted to pick them in the playoff draw. So there's a little bit of a strange thing going on here, where in theory, they should be your strongest team coming out of Swiss, based on how the first seed's picked. But they didn't get tested as much, perhaps, as some of the other teams would be.
I think when you consider the opponents that they faced, yeah, maybe didn't get tested as much in that Swiss stage, but I think as well, losing that Stage 1 finals was probably actually the best thing for them when we consider being able to get those reps in and having players like Sayonara and Profek warm up to the stage.
Yeah, and those guys certainly did deliver. I think Kron as well was a huge piece of them playing in the Swiss stage. But I'm still not sold on Vitality. I think in particular for me, the issues that I was seeing manifest in the group stage were how they're playing a lot of these late rounds. You look at a team like Heretics or like Paper X who just played, and a lot of the focus is how good the late team fighting is. And throughout the series that they played against, Foot especially, I felt the way that they were playing these late rounds was often extremely reliant on people in solo positions bailing the team out, not doing a good enough job in my mind of actually grouping up, playing these team fights in conjunction. And I think they kind of got away with it because of just how good that player form was. And if that doesn't improve for playoffs, I worry about that translating against better opposition.
It does almost feel like in moments they were slipping into those old habits, as you mentioned, Mimi, and that's when I start to question the IGL experience from Yampi, being hesitant in making those decisions. We saw it in the group stage in EMEA, and now we're seeing little glimpses of it here at the global stage in Masters London. We need to make sure that that IGL differential doesn't come out on play for Team Vitality here today, because when I think back to that BO5 performance as well in EMEA's Grand Finals, Boo was calling an absolute masterclass.
Right.
So I think this head-to-head today is really interesting and one to watch out for.
Just to pick up what you were saying as well, though, Mimi, about that clash between maybe some micro mistakes, but still hero plays. Yeah, there's no denying that this roster is full of talent that can make those hero plays. One that we don't talk about very often is Profek, but he actually had a really solid map 3 against Foot to be able to push them across the line, along with like smatterings of other big moments earlier on, like here on Lotus.
Yeah, I think that he's the player who is kind of that extra 1% for them to really be a great team, and he certainly delivered. I think if he doesn't play as well as he did with some of these multi-kill rounds, that clutch you just saw in particular, I really don't think you see Vit actually beating out Foot in this early stage, but I still feel like it's a little inconsistent. It's not always this level.
I think on the second map, yes, it wasn't the best, but I think when we looked to that third map, I was really impressed by the way in which he was able to mentally reset. Yes, the numbers aren't looking great here, and I think it's very easy to get lost in this roster when you have the names that you have, but he was one of the best controllers coming out of EMEA last year.
Well, let's have a look at one of the winningest players that we have on this roster as well, and hear from Chronicle.
Here at Chronicle of Vitality, Chronicle, you guys were the last team picked in the draw. Were you expecting that result, and why do you think teams are scared to pick you?
I mean, kind of the same, like expected and unexpected, because some teams were just talking that they wanted to play against us and they didn't. But the reason why they didn't want to play us is because like they know we're doing strats through ChatGPT, like our coach Pal is just a genius. So yeah, I mean, like when you have such a power under your back, it's just GG, like people are just insta scared.
Okay, thank you and good luck today.
Team Heretics, they took the EMEA Grand Final. Vitality will not have forgotten about that. But the meta shifted. Neon's nerfed and Los Niños will need to find answers fast. Revenge is on the menu. Will it be Vitality dining out or Heretics doubling down? Let's take a look at our map Veto to find out where this match is headed.
Alright, hello and welcome guys. Let's do the map veto for Heretics versus Vitality. So Heretics is the higher seed and they are choosing their side.
Team B.
Team B. Alright, which means Vitality is banning first.
It's a nice weather today here for the first time. Thank you. We ban Haven.
Haven is banned, okay.
Yeah.
And how about you guys?
We ban Pearl.
Pearl is banned. Okay. Then Vitality picking the first map.
It's getting warmer here. There is no more that cold breeze, so we pick breeze.
Okay.
Bro, I can't run out of here.
And the side for breeze, please.
So bright.
Defense.
Defense. And how about your map pick?
Lotus.
Lotus.
Start attack.
Alright. We have Ascent, Fracture and Split left, and Vitality is banning first.
Yeah, ban Ascent.
Okay. Ascent is banned. Last two maps are Fracture and Split.
One Split.
Split is banned, which
Split
means
decision.
we have Fracture as a decided
start
map
attack.
and Heretics picking.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are picking.
Yeah.
Good catch.
This is already rigged.
Hey.
Yeah, start attack.
Giving us a taste of our medicine.
Yeah.
I'm rigging Emilia against Emilia.
Yes.
Wait, so you said attack?
Attack, we start
Alright,
attack.
yeah. So let me give you a quick recap. We start with Breeze, Heretics defense. Then we have Lotus, Vitality attacks, and if you have Fracture, Vitality attacks. Everything correct, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, good luck.
Winning EMEA, it was really special.
Trophy lift years in the making.
We'd gone second place so many times,
The cursed number for Team Heretics.
but we finally were able to overcome it.
Vit Vct stands as their savior.
When I saw that this year was going to be Masters London, there was no chance that I wasn't going to qualify.
Going to the playoffs in my first international, it just feels amazing. A lot of teams from EMEA, when they qualified, they didn't make it to playoffs. I am happy to face top teams and actually show them what can we do.
I want to represent my country as well as possible. English crowds are amazing.
I expect them to support Vit Vct and Team Heretics. This is Benji's hometown, and I expect them to be loud.
Many people think that we are worried going into the playoffs, but I think team in playoffs should be scared of us.
I want you to be scared of us, because we are in really good shape.
Just be careful. We have goats, Chronicle and Derek. You don't.
Show me how to feel alive. Hold me close and let it ride. Show me how to feel alive.
London, make some noise for this European derby. It's Team Heretics versus Team Vitality.
Fighting for the right to take on Paper X in an upper semi-final. We find ourselves here with a rematch of the EMEA Grand Finals. The GOATs on one side, the hometown hero on the other. You got Durka and Chronicle facing Vit Vct.
It's so exciting when we see this, because the fact that we got to see it only a matter of weeks ago and it being such an upset as well for Team Heretics to be able to win regionally, a match that Vitality should have won. But looking at this map, BO, we're seeing some similar maps creep up that we saw in that BO5. Breeze being one of the starting ones for me is interesting because that felt like a very close affair the last time that we saw these teams go up against one another. I think Lotus as well, Heretics, that has been one of their favourite maps when we consider their performance in EMEA. And of course Fracture, that was Team Vitality's insta-ban in all of EMEA regionally. Of course we've seen it here at this event since then, but it's a question of will have Team Heretics done their homework or not?
Yeah, it certainly is. Heretics, they had that time qualifying directly into the playoffs. We've seen one of the other teams that plays 100% on that Neon in Leviathan stick to the agent. We're expecting Heretics to do the same, but I do wonder if they do have changes in order. This Breeze, especially for me, I felt the comp that they were playing with the Sage Chamber, Double Sentinel, was a little bit gimmicky. I felt that losing out on that second controller, especially in their mid-rounding on the attacking side, was a big issue for them against that more default comp on the other side with that Harbor in play.
I think that's interesting, but I think that moments that we've seen from Vitality in this Harbor is Profik maybe not looking comfortable at points. I think Vit being on the chamber as well has been interesting. It's been great to see his growth from moving to Duelist, to see him on the chamber on this map. For me, yeah, it's a nice head-to-head race though.
Yeah, I think this is like the matchup though to look at growth since the grand final, how these teams have changed. Vitality, obviously, they went through the Swiss stage. We had some great moments with the stomp to start. You had maybe a little shaky, close game that they managed to close out against Foot. For Heretics, it's just a question of what they've done with the time, what they've actually improved since that final, that they themselves eked out in very close fashion.
And just to be clear, you guys do think that we're going to see Team Heretics sticking very heavily to their Neon identity across this tournament?
I think so.
I don't see why they have reason to change. Like, yes, we've seen the Neon nerfs and all of these things come through, but for me, Koshmaris, he just looked so good on it. And I think that him being on this agent, as I kind of highlighted previously, allows Vit to find more comfortability across the agent pool as well. So I honestly have no reason to think that he wouldn't be playing this Neon.
Yeah, I think it would have to change their style pretty massively if they shift away. That doesn't mean I don't think there may be individual map changes. I think this Breeze in particular, I wouldn't be shocked if there was a movement in the composition here, but I think as a whole, as a team identity, it's going to be similar to what we saw in EMEA.
What kind of identity do you think that would change to then? Like, are you expecting changes on Breeze maybe?
I would like to see them, at least. I want to see them bring a second controller on this map. I think if you're summing up the identity for Heretics, it's their early rounds, it's the aggressive plays they have set around the Neon. That's what they showed in EMEA. Taking a look at this one, though, that's already the beginnings of the comp they played before. Yeah, that Sage getting hovered. It does just look like a return for them.
So if we're looking at Team Heretics to begin here on defense, Vitality on attack, who's a key player to be watching for Heretics if they want to make this map flip on its head and deliver them a result that they couldn't find in the EMEA Grand Finals?
I think I'm looking at Boo on that Sage. We kind of mentioned that this composition might be a little bit gimmicky, but I'm more just looking to see if Koshmaris is going to lock in the Neon or like what he's doing.
He's trolling, he's got to be.
But yeah, I think Boo has had some really interesting walls, especially
let's
when
go,
they move
boys, let's
over to
go.
that attack side, thinking about how they're using
Team
them
Heretics
on the
versus
post
Team
part is really
Vitality.
nice to see.
अच्छा
But
इसका
yeah,
थोड़ा
Kosh,
left right करना था
let's
मुझे
see what you're playing, man. Playing with my emotions right now.
It is his first time on a global stage. It's his first time coming alongside his Lithuanian Patriot here with Boo.
नाम change कर
replacing,
दो.
of course,
हाँ,
Boo's
yeah.
actual brother.
हाँ. Team Heretics versus क्या था? क्या था guys? TH versus VIT. TH versus Vitality. Save. Let's go. अबे फिर उधर में थोड़ी जा सकता है हम. क्या चल रहा है वो?
Finals than Pansy and Hypok.
Well, it is a pleasure to be finally joining you here in our hometown as well of London, and what a great game to start with. Call it a revenge match, call it maybe a test of Heretics coming in the hometown. But what it is a tantalizing prospect, Mike.
Definitely is. I would argue a bit of a blessing, right, for Heretics to come in. A little bit of downtime, an opportunity to watch some of these games and really, I guess, probably piece together the overall approach here. I don't think we're going to see too much of a difference, but interesting for us to start here on Breeze. Profik, for me, obviously, the biggest talking point. A little shaky previously, upwards trend for him the last few times we've seen it, but he is such a pivotal part of this composition on Breeze that I'm certainly looking for him to have a good
अच्छा
game
Chronicle
here on
VI team में है ना? हम भूल गए थे रे.
Already, obviously, Vitality on the attack, meaning Heretics on the defending side. Lionora trying to get things started with that crunch towards B. So we're going to be in the crosshairs and a quick execution. It's simple stuff for Profik, the man you wanted to see start well.
Well, actually, Benji needs to get to at least one in that situation. Sayonara to shut that down now. And Heretics will pause for thought. If you consider this, we'll find Lurker ahead of time. Headshot actually on Chronicle, piecing together a ton of damage here. Profik to clean up with a 3K.
Range फिर भी मारा था रे.
Secured here for Vitality.
Team Heretics versus Vitality. अच्छा मैच होगा, अच्छा मैच होगा.
Gives them a bit of access towards sight.
अच्छा मैच
And
होगा.
do roll your minds back, right? Regular season, the Vitality was struggling in those pistols. They were absolutely down in the doldrums, something that had plagued them for a long time. Speaking to Powell during that kind of rebuild phase when hope was reignited.
Nice.
Sayonara actually apparently kind of at the helm of those conversations, wanting to take some accountability for them.
Which is actually really interesting for such a young player to kind of be reflective in that way. But certainly for me, again, where Vitality have really kind of stretched their legs a bit, he has been
इतना भरोसा से कैसे पीक ले सकता है?
of this team. Bit of a weird engagement here. We're actually coming out way worse off in that exchange with Chronicle.
Kind of, I guess, dismantled a little bit of that 4-play stack on B. Now, again, when they identify that, who knows? But Boo's felt enough pressure being put on Wood that he wants to at least be in support, maybe get that heal across and see what can be achieved off the back of that. He's kind of essential at this point, and as you can see, it's a bit of a messy trade-out. Who does manage to catch Chronicle, but really, the bulk of it was going to be this B hit, but they've cancelled on this.
Indeed, there's going to be a huge rotation here, leaving Durka to maybe catch somebody in transition. Rien's arguably the first in that equation.
भाई ये थोड़ा सा
wide open sight here.
Problem नहीं करेगा.
Durka still showing presence, so we'll keep them interested at least, but I think they're going to have a very quick confirmation. There's no follow-up.
No, and I quite like this willingness to adjust, right? Even up against a round that should just be on pistols, there should be farming for Durka. Beautiful work early, and in position to do more damage. Great for him to build up that ult early. Also, just feel confident, right? Get that going as best he can. Plant's obviously going to be in. And the name of the game for Heretics is, 1, don't feed across too much, and 2, see if they can make it costly somewhere.
Really got a point of weakness. And here, Boo actually going to swing out, find Profek. Now you want to really see 3 of these weapons maintained, but Riens does have a scope to try and do some further damage, and Boo keeping them interested for the time being. Vitality got to manage their time effectively here.
अरे गोली क्यों नहीं लग रहा है दोनों का?
There's a fine line, and Durka might be just dying for the call.
हाँ?
The round will be theirs, but the silver
ये
lining.
तो गंदा round चला गया bro.
For Heretics, they made something out of nothing, even in the loss of a round.
Enemy remaining.
Beat to find Boo at least. Riens will give it up to the
तो
spikes.
गंदा round चला गया. बहुत गंदा round.
Only a Guardian maintained here. It was a frugal purchase.
इतना खराब round नहीं जाना चाहिए था.
I think it'll have too
बहुत
much of
खराब
an
round
impact,
चला
but
गया. पता नहीं कैसे पर बहुत खराब round चला गया.
Heretics coming out with a ton of damage you wouldn't expect, given the situation here on that approach back into the A side. All progress here. It's Sayonara and Profek to at least capitalize on these opening couple of rounds. Nothing really to note. Heretics Boo getting closer and closer to that res.
पता नहीं bro.
Big investment coming back in for Vitality, though, because it cost them an arm and a leg, so...
But yeah, they've now effectively got 2 players off kilter. In terms of the finances, slower approach here, maybe anticipating a little bit of aggression.
And probably the right thing to, once you get into the kind of bulk of the buy rounds, you slow the tempo down, try and get an understanding of maybe how Heretics want to be playing this. Is there aggression? Maybe behind Kosh Moraz, who is an explosive player.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
second
still a
he joined-
terrifying prospect for any team coming up against Heretics.
But it's also one of those things where we have to eye test how he does in big environments. Yes, he did well, obviously, in EMEA, but does that translate? Yes, it's a little bit of a different one where you have to be so...
Hello, bro. Hello, bro. Hello, bro. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. चलो ठीक.
Gets himself into window, but
no one's playing to
yeah,
it.
the clock's running down already.
3-0 निकल गया.
Yeah, they've got to get a wiggle
3-0,
on.
3-0.
Chance. This feels like, as much as these rounds are very costly for Vitality, they are in the upper hand. Boo! It's a formality in the end as Vitality get a good 3 here. As I said, these haven't been clean, right? These aren't
Nice,
the easiest
3-0 निकल
outcomes.
गया.
But by now you're sitting at 3-0, you know that you've got Heretics money and finances on the back foot.
Coming out of that as well, Hunter's Fury going to be available for Sayonara. We've discussed the res, it's available here, but again, you have to see how this buy will settle. Morass unable to have a say in these opening 3 rounds.
And I think that's a really big point for me. 0-3, Woot 0-3. You've got 2 of your big heavy hitters, right, Mike? And they're just a little bit absent. I need to see that ball rolling.
I mean, Woot's been challenging.
He's there.
Kept in check.
Well, speaking of being kept in check, an early challenge. Durka, no stranger to stages like this. And Woot on the other side, probably expecting this. I can imagine the pre-fire should be relatively accurate. No.
I was going to say, if that angle actually suits Woot a little better, but doesn't. Catch a glimpse and just shut down immediately.
That's such a nice early pick again. Above a minute still, plenty of time to play with. All they've really seen is Durka. They don't maybe know that there's a lot behind this yet. So you can imagine Koshmaras wants information, right? They maybe want to try and stack out the right side or just get involved. So he might be caught here. See how far he tries to progress. Durka waiting for anyone to overextend as well. Kron's waiting for Rien's curiosity to peak. But it's a patient display from Vitality.
3 bodies behind this, though. They've got to do their due diligence in terms of the clearance. Boo does have a bulldog in hand to do some damage. Go through. Durka to dash in. Doesn't actually catch him on the first here and stunned away.
And 30 seconds, it does get a bit dangerous now. 3 players on the site and a decent enough couple of weapons to make something threatening. Koshmaras, though, put to bed. Durka showing that pedigree.
अगर उधर
played.
बू का 2 हेडशॉट लग जाता ब्रो दोनों को.
I'm liking what I'm seeing. It feels well balanced.
Absolutely. NG, your sheriff in hand, so not much of a chance to do damage here if he's even given the opportunity to find an exit across the map. So impressed so far. Vitality looks so composed in some of these slower setups. Yeah, even here, I mean, Boo's unfortunate with that. Step back behind the default. Could have potentially pieced together 2 with the Bulldog. Benji will catch a tag here. Will shut down Chronicle at least. Perfect. Still certainly interested. Will lose a rifle.
Look, this round is costly, man. It is costing Vitality an arm and a leg to be doing this, but the number keeps marching on, 4-0. Vitality not feeling much of a threat here from Heretics. I can imagine early timeout should be on the cards, because as Billy was saying earlier on, 13-10, it was a close affair when they met last in that final.
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue probably in
क्या ही headshot मारा है bro?
Tooth and nail for some of those rounds. And
scrappy.
Unfortunately, here this is where you come back to the composition in terms of Heretics' kind of success throughout stage 1. It was built around Koshmaras. I think that's fair to say. Certainly the driving force to get a couple of these other players certainly playing more confidently.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
Heretics, it's always the, I hate saying it, the age-old discussion, our own game, and then there was always just slow and questions from the outside looking at that. And really, for me, you've got to have everybody putting their foot forward to really take the initiative.
Yeah, and I mean, looking through the Coinbase win condition here, it's take a pick for Heretics. They need something to be a win con. Maybe it being getting Koshmaras active, maybe getting Wu online. One of these things has to come through, because as it stands, the 2 big hitters are absent.
For me, the big thing here being the operator going forward, finding some value in the early round, certainly shutting down Vitality's ability to just control these rounds from the get-go. Limit the options of Vitality in terms of this early pressure they're certainly putting towards A main. You're actually going to see Wu flip things up completely.
Let's go. इसमें तो आप PIT को. अच्छा मेरे पास 2 टीम है ना, PIT और पेपरेक्स. ये दोनों को हम ये कर रहा है, सपोर्ट कर रहा है. EDG तो ठीक है 50-50. पर वाइटलिटी और ये पेपरेक्स. ये वाइटलिटी पे मेरा 3 फेवरेट बंदा लोग है. जंपी है, डरका है और क्रॉनिकल है. इसलिए TH पे भी है वैसे. रेंज बेंजी भी लोग बढ़िया ही है. बूता मिनी.
You couldn't ask for a better beginning. Finally for Heretics to get that confidence building. Benji dives in with his own. Finally, the stars aligning here as Sayonara. Well,
you've been
good.
This
one out. I don't know if you've been 1v5
good.
That would be quite impressive, wouldn't it?
Plenty of time left on the clock here. Again, certainly not looking for Heretics to go forward and hunt this. They can get an entire purchase under their belt behind this.
And
I mean, it's going to align pretty well with this ult cycle as well.
And again, for a team that's playing quite diligently, I wanted to say that Vitality have been very solid in how they're handling those early rounds. Surely the protocol list now just needs to be aware.
भाई इतना देर एक बंदा कैसे होल्ड करके रख सकता है भाई? कोई मुझे बता दे इतना. एक बंदा इतना देर कैसे होल्ड करके रख सकता है? ये कैसे? कैसे?
They need to be on the money now. This is a quick, easy answer for Vitality if they can catch on fast enough.
We're getting 3 position towards bottom mid and a knife towards double doors. You really question what the next step of that process.
2-3 तो ऐसे गाली दे दिया वो. इसलिए पूरा बीप 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 चला गया. बीप बीप बीप. क्या है? पूरा बीप बीप में चला गया मैक्सिमम तो.
From Heretics, they had 3 over towards the B side and Woot happily taking that space at top mid.
Bit of versatility here, but the pace and the tempo is a bit different, more direct. But Woot almost caught the heel. They do manage to slip past, but the pace isn't really changing. It's Kosh, Maras and Benji in the pinch now. 3 splitting through mid. They've not really stopped. The W key has been held down the whole way.
कोश मेरा साथ दिया भाई.
That is
कोश मेरा साथ दिया.
the man was a star leading up to this point.
कोश मेरा साथ दिया रे बाबा.
If they get a chance.
I mean, look at where these death markers are.
Yeah.
There's no chance of getting back into this. Woot now trying to find something.
Here.
On the way back in, Durko, I believe, just spotted the rifle. Yep. Oh, sorry, the barrel sticking out. Sayonara to clean up. Boom.
Wait.
Find 2 kills here. Re-ends, but wow, actually now that makes
What?
it interesting.
Yeah, you can hear the spike, but I think it's just gone that little bit away. And again, yes, a couple of kills in the exits. It looks all right, but it's not getting you rounds.
Well, what's interesting to see here is Vitality's instant decision-making here to address that. Is that right? You want to take elbow?
Right up the guts.
Flying up mid.
That's madness. Keep in mind how close Woot was to catching one in the heels, right? Yeah. He was a second off that.
But the other thing is, you then note the operator is actually catching Yampy at the end there, but you note the operator at double doors there. He's like, cool, green light, B side, let's go.
And Kosh Maras still yet to get off the starting blocks.
2v5 था bro, 2v5, proper 2v5. ये 1v1 मरा. ये दूसरा मरा.
Leading up to this qualification. And we haven't seen him tested like this. He came out flying. He looked confident. He looked locked in. Here he's locked out.
कोश मारा सभी मारेगा bro, देखते जाओ. अच्छा खेलता है बंदा, बढ़िया खेलता है.
To wake up. It's not a one-man game, but when he was so exceptional, we ask big things now.
But again, to come back to the composition here, it's like
साला जीत रहा है. VIT फिर भी
into the thick of it in some of these
पैसा नहीं है खरीदने के लिए bro.
Yeah,
कैसा हालत है?
It's just this wild aggression, very well handled, really in your face. But look at the tempo again. Vitality just kind of crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Need to see that protocol list kept in check. They're going to note that Benji's on the switch here as well, over towards the A site. How do they want to approach that? Already, Durko getting the first couple of steps towards that A site itself. Re-ends. Sivering getting a bit of chip here, but it's Benji on the invest. He's tucked in a corner. Kosh Maras on the flank. This could be huge for him.
किस बात से ulti था वो?
Fury on top, taking all the attention, potentially hurting them back. Kosh Maras finally drawing blood. Woot in the follow-up. We're getting a bit of action now.
Now it's perfect to try and hold down this space here. He needs both and Kosh Maras.
Okay, कोश मारा आ गया वापस. हम बोले ना कोश मारा अच्छा खेलता है.
I know, they've been held at the door.
समझे spike plan क्यों नहीं किया bro?
Coming in, you had the Hunter's Fury on top. This took a lot to get to this point, but Kron and Sayonara, there's going to be a chance, and it's slim to none. Kosh Maras remembering who he is. 3 big kills, and another big round now for Heretics.
हम समझा नहीं bro. Viper का ulti आया उधर, ठीक है, मान लिया, सब कुछ मान लिया.
Into this opening map, and for a moment there, down this space.
Viper का ulti देख रहा है कहाँ पे है? ये पूरा खाली है. ये तो हो गया 5v3 का टाइम है, पर इसका पहले ही भी प्लान कर सकता था ना. ये देखो, ये देखो, ये देखो. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? 5v5 चल रहा है. वाल है, अभी तक अल्टी आया भी नहीं है. इधर क्यों स्टक होके बैठ रहा है? ना रिकॉन है ना कुछ है. ठीक है, अभी भी अल्टी मार रहे तो ओपन है. ये जाके यहाँ प्लान कर सकता था. बस दरका को होल्ड करना था प्लान जब कर रहा है तो. पर दरका भाग गया. अल्टी आया. वुड पता नहीं दरका भाग गया आगे. अच्छा ठीक है ओके. ठीक है.
Putting both of the players backstop. The flash is heaven sent from Yampy. Durka teed up to succeed. Planchivy on the cards. Recovered weaponry. They got the keys to the castle.
So they do a pick here for Chronicle, and it will be invested. Awkward in terms of the spread, but we'll give them an opportunity to cut off some of the approach. I mean, Heretics still look very interested in this, though. Morass, yeah, kept at bay here. The stun won't get him anything. Will find Durka, though.
All right, just bulldozer in, I guess. Keep going. Can you get past Kron? That's going to be tougher, and it's not going to work. You might want to call it quits on this, but Kosh Morass fancies his chances. Does he still? Probably not. Yampy setting up this round, and he might be the one to tee it up to close there.
Nice.
Off the back of the trade, Vitality
Nice.
again. The pace they're coming back in with, Mike, I love that.
So decisive. Again, this is on the back of what a Guardian and a Phantom invested. This flash is sublime from Yampy. Again, two players looking to get aggressive in front of default towards main, but it's the perfect recipe. Unfortunately, there's nobody top mid to really stop that from spiraling out of control so quickly.
We got the double timeout burn here. First half. What's that saying to you, man? I feel like you're trying to get a grip on the roster.
It feels like a panic button.
Yeah, it does.
To be honest. Some of these round wins for Vitality, very telling in terms of confidence levels, in terms of comfort here on the stage. I think Vitality looking to
बाद में पी ले अभी थोड़ा उसको बता दे कैसे खेलना है बोल के बाद में पी ले बहुत टाइम है पीने के लिए
I do want to kind of take this a little bit of a further step back. I want to give credit to the coaching staff for the prep coming in here from Vitality. The fact that they've played this relatively recently in the finals, a very close affair when they met last time. But they've come back in with a really good tempo read, it feels like, a good understanding of how they want to deal with Kosh Morass and potentially Woot. Now, we've had a couple breakthrough rounds from those two, but it needs to be a bit more than that now. The depth gets tested. So credit in my mind is there to Vitality. It was always that question mark of what have they done between then and now? And I think we're seeing a little bit of that here in front of us.
Certainly seeing a different approach here and a different level of confidence, certainly. Again, the big questions throughout stage one, it's what the hell's going on with the in-game leadership? What's the call? What's the direction? Everybody kind of wanted to have their say and do their own thing now. Terrifying prospect. I mean, most of these opening duels are stacked 3 or 4 deep on the side of Vitality. Again, kind of nerfing Boo's ability to go forward with somebody, find a trade, get the res off and really find the value there. I mean, the low-hanging fruit value of playing the Sage here, and we're not really seeing anything outside of that in terms of the utility to shut Vitality down. It's always a two-pronged approach here from Vitality that's difficult to get value off a slow orb or a wall somewhere.
And again, after the back of a timeout, look at the pace. Slow it down. Let's see if they're running some deeper aggression. They try and do something a bit weird and wonderful. Let's take our time.
Chronicle, मत भागना ये अरे बाबा पुछाने वाला बच गया छोड़ दिया.
But it's got Durka going back in. Man, he makes stages like this just look so comfortable for himself.
Durka जो मारा Kosh Morass को लगा इसको range को.
But it was a very simplistic answer to go aggressive on the extremity, and now that puts Woot right in the crosshairs.
Ooh, Durka actually onto the angle behind the cloud burst. Won't be noted just yet. Again, this is all just a
कितना close आराम से खेल रहा है भाई.
Towards A here, Kosh Morass got to be careful.
Nice.
Finds that onto Yampy, big kill to find.
Oh, that's absolutely huge for him as well. Holds the line, denies that quick little pivot that maybe they were working off the back of Durka being a distraction. Now the pivot comes in though. Where does Vitality go? Pick your poison at this point. The stack on B or Woot potentially on A. It looks like they fancy their odds on B. Kosh Morass still controlling over towards main. Benji pushed up towards that front side. Pillar and Boo on the back lines. There's that wall. 18 seconds. Could buy some good time, but it turns the eyes from Kosh Morass. Oh! Heaven sent kill for him! From the absolute depths to
Kosh Morass थोड़ा आने देना भाई उसका लेते हैं ना.
I don't think he got any.
Boo looking to get a little more curious. We'll try and hold on to this as best they can. It's just Durka and Profek to hold on to weapons here. And the first time we've really seen Heretics force a scramble out of Vitality, and the clock basically deciding that it was so late in the day.
And was this coming down to a little bit of the fact that they didn't know where Boo was? We've seen him towards A. It's been a little bit fluid in where they're kind of placing Benji in this and kind of flipping where those positions are.
Because at the moment there, where it's like, yeah, we tag Woot with the drone. We know he's going to be playing aggressive off the TP. He's obviously got an operator in hand. Certainly a window. If you're going to coin flip the mid-round like this, send it up double doors again. They found success through that. A-splits have been really hard for Heretics to handle.
I think they've heard you. Straight up middle, through double doors. I think they might like what you were saying. Now, do they continue? They've seen Boo here early. They've heard the operator. They now know what's going on. The flash before was fantastic. This time, not going to have the same level of success. Sight now under scrutiny, and Woot's in trouble. The flash! I doubted it.
Flash,
you can see what Yampy can do on these sites. But now Heretics are in support. They have their players on the right side of the map. You've got to keep your eyes on some of these players.
Profit कहाँ खेला भाई?
Through the lines, leaving just Kosh Maras.
Profit कहाँ खेला है? इधर खेल रहा था Profit जो corner में.
Around certainly their demise, but another beautiful take. I mean, what do Boo and Woot do in this situation? Yampy finding comfort once more on this role. It's been a long time coming, and a historic role for him. But these flashes opening up the sights perfectly. And Woot just can't find a comfortable position back against the wall anywhere on this site right now.
So then do you just have to push him up in towards A main? Do you try and play him down middle? Do you try and get him active? He was good in elbow. Do you have to then free him up? Maybe let Kosh Maras be a little bit more of the anchor almost. I don't know how you start investing into this. Oh, they've given Kron the operator. Oh! All right. Give Kron the operator!
But like I said, these first engagements are always stacked up by Vitality. They can't go for the res in this situation.
Oh my god, this is just a beauty to watch, but it's getting hectic on the site. Yampy wants that spike down. He wants a bit of control here. Woot's still patrolling. Benji's unknown, and Rienz is lingering in the back lines. Dirk has done enough. Already takes a bit of work in towards double doors. Pushes further.
Spotted him.
He can see the blood in the water, but a miss. Rienz gets to live, but barely breathing on 10. Woot, you've got to be a bit of a hero here, because it's all on you in a 1v3. It don't matter. Kron is on an absolute heater there. What the hell did that man just do?
Absolutely beautiful. And I think this is desperation from Boo. It's like, right, go forward, take an opening duel, I'll res you, whatever happens. But he's just caught with his pants down, trying to wall off here for the res. Vitality.
David, have some balls, yeah? Have some balls.
I think that is the game plan. Yeah, it's just ballsy plays up mid once more. Again, very fine margins. If a couple of these Heretics players win that opening duel, Woot can TP out, Boo can then throw a slow orb in, wall something off. It could go completely different.
It's coin flips, man. It's coin flips. But if you're backing yourself, if you're, as I think Durka put it, having some balls, it seems to work out. You've had Durka doing so much on those extremities, and Kron doing the same thing was absolutely nuts. Because I think Heretics had, I don't say the right answer, but it's the one that feels logical. But again, how far do you want to dig deeper here? Woot, you need control.
Timing होने वाला है वुड के साथ. अरे बच गया रे बाबा.
Miss and a second chance.
Timing होने वाला था वुड के
A
साथ.
few situations though, there's two players stacked behind Woot's opening position here. Vitality still anticipating further aggression elsewhere, but I think Rienz and Benji are going to be happy to tuck into B site here. Boo going to be noted. Kosh Maras on the judge up close and personal. Is he cleared?
Kosh Maras को ने पकड़ा है.
Might just be cleared off Hunter's Fury, but a couple of misses.
No, he's good. He's still good here.
चाबी मिस कर दिया भाई.
Nah, you don't. You wouldn't dare go that far. Oh, okay, it's fine. Kosh Maras got that. I was so scared Durka was going to do something stupid with that. But it's fine. He's won his fight there. They've won out on that side of the map. But the pivot's already coming in here. Can Heretics identify that in time?
30 seconds left.
I'm going to get a sound cue here on the back of Rienz's position. Standing ahead. That's not going to find him. Yampy will find Woot though. 20 seconds left on the clock, Lauren.
They got to go, and they're going into 3 here. They've picked the harder side of the map. They don't know about it. The rotation's in. Rienz and Boo standing side by side, holding the line. 13 seconds, and a young gun has to do it all.
10 seconds left.
3 players and a spike to plant. Come on. I think he knows this one's done for Boo to close
कोई बात नहीं.
the
For it,
account.
कोई बात
It's
नहीं.
4-8, Mike.
सही था,
It's
सही था.
competitive in the end, but the way these
थोड़ा
rounds
सा left
went,
right हो गया.
Vitality looked good.
Absolutely. Again, Heretics just being shut out of so many of these rounds that it felt like a formality. Vitality would have the advantage here in the first half, but anywhere Heretics can bring this back in a second. Certainly have their work cut out for them.
Oh, they absolutely do. So while we take a moment of a breather here on the half, we'll be handing it over to the stage where Frankie is standing by with 2 very special guests.
कौन है बिंग से क्या? अच्छा मुझे
Reese
बिंग से.
is Benji's best friend. Charlie is Benji's brother. He is the toast of London right now. Reese, what's it like seeing him playing in London as you've been to all the events he's played at so far?
It's lovely. It's so good to see him in London. He's been wanting to be here for a long time. And for me, I've been to Shanghai, Paris, Berlin, and it's a lot cheaper, I'll tell you that.
basically, he's taking you around the world.
Yeah, exactly that. It's nice to see him all around the world. So, but hometown's a lot better.
The years of friendship paying off. The years of being a brother hopefully paying off for you too, Charlie. Do you get nervous on his behalf?
No, not at all. He always messages me before the game and he says, no, don't worry, this one is the freest game. I've got this. Don't even worry about it.
He said that about this game that's happening right now.
Yeah, of course. It's fucking... Who are they called again?
Oh,
Vitality. Vitality. It's easy. Come on, man. Yeah, come on.
I mean, you say it's easy, but Benji and Team Heretics never won a Masters before. Why do you think this is their time?
That's a great question. I have no idea. But you know what? I believe in blind faith. I believe in playing in your hometown, you know? You've got it. How hard can it be?
Yeah. Reece, do you believe in a lower bracket run? I'm not saying it's getting into that situation yet, but you know what? We love a miracle.
I mean, we can do anything. Lower brackets is exactly what we want. More games to watch, so I'll be excited if we do.
More games to watch, more games to ramp up to the grand final. But first of all, Team Heretics, they really need to take down Vitality.
All right, don't worry about the swearing. Frankie has the foulest mouth backstage, so if anything, it's probably her fault.
Comfort zone for her.
Yeah, she's like, well, perfect. Okay, so kind of let's summarize this half a little bit and kind of lead into the second. Because it felt like Vitality have set a bit of a tone to this now.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, so decisive in some of these early rounds, and I think definitely catching Heretics off guard. You can see so many times where there's a player going forwards, not expecting to find 3 or 4 people staring them down, and Vitality run away with the early round. They're just a little disappointed not to see the turning point earlier on in the half where Heretics were happy to commit to some of these opening games. It was Wu kind of probing, maybe a second player alongside him, but...
Sorry, I get a bit nervous when I saw Koshmaras kind of like diving in a sec. But that is the play to look at, because we called out the fact that they were very slow on the start, but they've got themselves towards the top of the board. They did start coming online towards that later part of this, but look at Elbow, and they might fall into this trap. I don't know if Wu knows about
spotted the TP.
The temptation too much to back away from it, but Chronicle, again, the confidence is sky high, and it's going to be punished. And Durka on the delivery, though, trading it out for V2. The early damage is there.
Even early on there, Yampi. What is that from Durka? Just to catch Rians.
Come on, man.
The glance into main, Yampi to find the killing blow. Another pistol converted here from Vitality. 4 left standing, Lauren.
And keep in mind, this team was one of the lowest rated pistol round teams.
I mean, they were awful.
They were shocking at it. But what's a difference?
Give me this Durka shot. Hang on, you see this back into main. Beautiful stuff. Unfortunately, maybe a little blind faith required here in the second half. Heretics on the back foot once more. Couple of Guardians, Durka again. The scope, and Yampi actually the one to invest the most here. Heretics might get spotted out by this drone. You need to other way. I mean, the TP spotted previously, not placed here, so won't be any early indicators for Vitality to go forward, but don't expect them to. I mean, the benefit of the scoreline, certainly this purchase compounding that.
There. And again, do remember, this is Vitality's choice. Don't fear just yet. Obviously, I think the memory of how close the previous series was, and on this map especially as well, is going to be in mind. I mean, Lotus, similar situation too, so I think we are on.
I mean, you could argue Koshmaras having a slow opening game. Here we go to Lotus, and certainly one of the bigger win conditions for Heretics. May not be there. We don't know. This map's not done.
No, it's certainly not.
Lotus could certainly be an opportunity to turn things around for that individual.
Sayonara getting ready to set. Oh my word! It's sharp stuff from Chronicle. It is only pistols, so making it look quite easy here. And sadly for Heretics, I think they're not getting those little win conditions they were looking for. Potentially a chance to get a plant or catch a player. No, catching nothing here. Chronicle just building up ult orb after ult. Look at that, 4 kills. Simple stuff for them. Very in control, Mike.
Flawless round 2, unfortunately, with this scoreline. Feel like the beginning of the end for Heretics. can really piece together something to take back control and shift, honestly, the momentum.
Yeah. I mean, it just feels like they're a little absent here. I want Heretics to get a little fired up. Even in the losses, that's fine. In the first half, in the first couple of rounds, even when they were catching a couple of exits, making the rounds a little costly, I was like, okay, they're still in this. I don't want that to slowly filter away. That's my concern. However, a buy in hand now, Kosh Moras. I need you to really find that X factor again. There's the flash in. Boo gonna be able to tuck himself away towards main. But Vitality looking like they want to be bullish in approach. They want to keep this space. They want to stamp their authority very early on. And I like the reaction on the other side. Deeper hold coming out. Very traditional in approach.
Two players here giving me these early signs of indication. Chronicle has to respect this, though. Big reveal coming through, but no spam. Able to connect here, and a wall potentially secure control for the time being. Plant will come through. Full 5v5 in the post. Kosh Moras the only one to really take notable damage here.
And it feels like Vitality were playing to the potential of this, considering how deep they were sat on B. There was never going to be like a risk to life unless someone went insanely deep on that. Durka trying to spam away, but Boo the one to take potentially first contact. We do see a late bit of presence coming in through elbow as well. There's the reveal. Anyone punished? No. Again, being held back by the wall, by the util, by everything that's in play. Vitality aren't getting much of a look in here. As Profek tries to take a look, it's would to find Kron. Maybe just trying to keep him locked in at this point. Do something with this. Durka's doing a lot of something with it. Okay. I mean, round's gone, right? Round is gone, but
yeah, but I mean, this damage is huge. This damage is massive.
Oh, Benji, you needed something.
With the scoreline here, everybody falling there. Again, yes, the round goes in their favor, but it doesn't exactly enable a comeback.
No, it
springboard off this round victory.
One.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair play. All right. Get a few of those, but and look at this knock-on effect. You're saying it. We had to see the comeback, right? This has to be not near on flawless. I mean, pretty close. 10 rounds found early for Vitality.
With the decision making in that round, at the point where Vitality just calls like, right, box them in.
Yeah. All right. Does it work out for them? This is a huge round for Heretics. All eyes on it if they want a chance to bring this map back to some sort of fair fight.
3 light shields for Durka to punish as well.
Oh dear.
Doesn't catch a bite here in mid, but Heretics now stacked up to follow this drone potentially. Big info from Yampi.
That's 4. He's seen it all. Does he get to live through it? Kosh Moras denied on the scale up if he wanted to burst towards backside, but it's Profek who takes a look and takes a life. Bye-bye, Kosh Moras. And there's no trade, and there's no pressure back in. They're starting to look like they're stalling out here. Whoop's got Durka down, but you've got Yampi spraying and praying, Kron in unison. Rienz and Boo trying to bring back Benji on his feet, and it's Boo finding more. Trying to hold on now in a 3v2, but put back into their place. Heretics with 2 standing. Sayonara getting the info on 1, and he still has that reveal. Double swing. Oh, it's so easy for Vitality. How are they making it look simple in these scenarios?
I mean, even here, the res is bold to commit to here. That initial spam through, but get us the timing here to find that kill on Kosh Moras. Cut the sight lines, completely isolating for the rest of the team, and you even said it, no trade. Who's swinging through that? Who's swinging into the big unknown behind that wall? Great work here from Vitality to remove the head of Heretics on this approach. Just like that, 11 on the board and a byproduct of round 15 once more. Now, Vitality win the follow-up. And look what you've got to prevent map point.
As you said that, the longer game defined on those last 2 rounds, pretty much. All right, give me a miracle here, Heretics. I'm all aboard. Show me what you got in mind. Does it bank on Wood? Potentially. And he's...
Hey?
What? Where and how?
That was Chronicle, yes. The bricks.
God damn. They've been working, man. They've been working. Look at that little, like, jump spot that they've got on this. Filth. Heretics looking for a new solution, a new way forward, a new way out, really. But eyes are already there. I'm seeing Kron look that way. Seeing Sayonara could be, maybe keep it in mind already. Prophet coming over, it's Durka given the freedom to fight, and then Sayonara goes in. Great work from Benji, but quickly handled. As Boo and Kosh Moras might need to face the music on this one. 12 looking like it's fated to be on the boards here. Make me a believer, Boo.
Wow.
I mean, it ain't pretty. Yeah, it ain't pretty. But it will get the job done. It leaves him down low, though. But Kosh Moras can't make it there any faster now. Support's on the way.
Slide on, find the first. Yampi cleaned up here.
30 seconds left.
He's seen
Get off
one.
the rifle. They try and make a stand here.
I don't think he knows they're there so fast. I mean, Durka's had a bit of a map here as well, quietly working away, putting them up to 12 rounds now. And Heretics held on 5. And it feels rough looking at this. Looking a little flat here in the end, losing a lot of that burst.
What a display from Vitality in this opening map. And if there was any questions about coming back to probably a little bit of an awkward series to kick off playoffs, but certainly looking to make a statement here. In their comfort zone, you could argue.
Yep.
Durka and Chronicle with ults to invest here. I think Yampi just missing one more, and Durka over the top looking to seal the deal on this map.
Man, he wants them buried. You can see it, he wants to go further. Oh, he is. He actually is hunting them down. Brienne's, he can't run away. Durka is just hunting them round the map. Down to 4, they get a plant. And they put 2 on him. More than man marking at this point. But he still fancies a go, can't do it. Benji stands tall. Good follow-up from Kosh Moras. We're in a 4v3. Kron, Yampi, and Sayonara next in line. But numbers sitting with Heretics here.
Certainly a man to the good, but still a chance here for Vitality to get something. Chronicle found Benji. Sayonara here looking to get aggressive onto default.
Yeah, it's Kosh Moras. Oh, that's nice. Woot comes into effect as Kron. The time might decide this, and simply they do not want to play his game. Have to wait and watch. And a lifeline, a little bit of hope potentially found.
Find themselves number 6, but again, ult starting to come online here. The finance is still going to be comfortable. Vitality alongside that. And even here, great recovery for Durka. Finding that opener. At least here, the confidence still in play. Heretics take double doors. They look to get right behind that, set up in towards A main. Unfortunately, look at the minimap now. They could be walking into a blender over towards B.
All right, round by round, boys. Name of the game, no more timeouts, no chances until you get to OT. That would be the first time you could even speak to your coaches. Kosh Moras, 12 to 13 so far. First time really being on stages like this, though. And already coming away a little bruised off of that first engagement. But look at the other side. Oh, that's messy from him. Not what I'm used to seeing. We know his caliber. It's not on display here today.
Get the sight at least on the back of that. Again, doesn't create an opportunity for a comfortable plant at all. Top of the ult here. There's not any util to follow up, and I mean, Vitality going forward just yet.
I mean, the widest swing of your life there. Yampi does get traded down, but he's going to be able to tell him exactly where Boo is, where all of them pretty much are. The swing, and it ain't a miss this time. Sayonara there, Boo in unison. Rez now considered invested. Boot's back on his feet. Yampi still punishing. Pit's still there, though. Got to play it forward. Benji, the last line of hope for Heretics now.
He's got Snakebite.
And he's
really
got
slowed
time.
this down.
Benji's got every tool possible here. He is being walked on, and Sayonara's caught him. Time is going to be tight, but I'm pretty sure, Mike, they've only gone and done it. 13 to 6. Vitality looking in control. What a difference from when they first met.
Absolutely, looking so confident. The biggest thing for me is around this mid-rounding, the confidence to execute some of these pivots. Absolutely textbook from Vitality here in map 1, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Lotus after this.
Yes. Nice. But David, have some balls, yeah? Have some balls. It's fine.
David, do you have anything you want to go say?
Yeah, thank you guys for your effort. Yeah, guys, imagine 2 weeks, yesterday effort, tomorrow effort, yesterday effort. Yeah, make an effort to win a pistol.
He's hunting down that title!
The time to write the next chapter in the esports history books is finally here.
And they fold it in his hands yet again! Steps up to the plate, and he could knock this one out of the park! Now they shall be engraved alongside the greats!
Tired of off-season blues once Champs is over? Fear not, because Valorant is coming to the Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA Ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed. Esports Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
On the floor like Facebook, yeah. Got them from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Hey, put you in your place, look. It goes on the floor like Facebook, yeah. Got them from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Hey, put you in your place, look. Leave your thoughts on the bar like Facebook. Yo, got that from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Hey, put you in your place, look. Leave your thoughts on the bar like Facebook. Yo, got that from Great Boy. Send your podcast to the Great Boy. Great Boy, 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 Great Boy Send your podcast to the great boy. Send your podcast to the great boy. Send your podcast to the great boy. Send your podcast to the great. Send your podcast to the great boy. your podcast to the grave.
Turn the light, tell me what you say.
Here with Coach Pal of Vitality, that was easy breezy. What made it easy for you guys?
To be honest, I'll give all the credit to Scott. I think he's been putting in a huge amount of work on that map over the last sort of 2 weeks since that grand final. And the boys have done the same as well. I just had the piss getting taken out of me for the amount of times I've said just how much effort they've put into it. But it's paid off, especially on that attack side. We saw a lot of the small details and the tweaks that we found in review, and the boys just executing those consistently. So that's a dream map for a coach to watch for sure. So.
Doubles in the detail, practice makes perfect, hard work pays off.
You hear it there from Pal, that all of that adjustment that they made coming out of the EMEA Grand Finals paying off beautifully for them. He said it's the kind of map that a coach can enjoy watching. Everything just works exactly as expected. And it was a map that we were expecting Vitality to come away with. They had some really good theory on their attack side too. We've got a Verizon high-speed moment that we want to jump into. And Mimi, run me through this one, because they look clean.
Yeah, they really did. I want to talk about how much they were getting value out of these split plays with the Hyper Viper. You see this run, immediately they're KO knifing into this fast split on A. And you'll notice the players on the other side actually trying to anchor on this site, get really caught in the middle. That dart going up backside, one player gets tagged onto that one. And then as the flashes come in, they start to look towards this backside fight with the second layer of utility, and these anchors just get absolutely executed. And I feel like there was a lot of rounds where mid control was easy for Vitality to take. They set up for splits into a site, and Heretics had one or two players who got stuck out on that site, got shut down, and meant it was always a massive disadvantage in the retakes. And I think that was the key to the early part of that first half.
For sure. Yampi looks so good on this KO whenever we get to see it. But I think another thing I wanted to highlight coming into this one, and we kind of heard Pal speak about the adjustments that they'd made since that grand final, was the operator usage that we got to see, the sniper usage on that attack specifically. We saw it come out from Darko, we saw it come out from Chronicle, but the implications that this actually had on Team Heretics' defense from that point onwards was just the fear of not being able to push out. You see Boo attempting to wall that off there, but Heretics just being caught with, I guess, their pants down at their ankles at times, because they just weren't able to get aggressive on that defense once this operator on attack had been conditioned.
Yeah, I think they were always hurting for space because they didn't want to go for those pushes, but also because I didn't feel like they had great answers to mid control. Even later into that half, they kept trying to anchor these sites to play the flood, but when you're playing this kind of mirror match against the Harbor, where you don't have that agent, it's kind of tough, I think, to play into that style. And it was really consistent that they were just getting blocked off by that utility and shut down. This was a great approach from Vitality.
Well, let's hear what Neil Zinio, the coach of Heretics, had to say ahead of map 2. What adjustments do they need to make?
Slow start for Team Heretics. Coach Nilzinho, do you think it was the pressure, maybe the nerves weighing on the boys, or was it something more technical?
No, I think it is just pure mental. Expectations, pressure. Yeah, we've had it in the past, but I think we also didn't really give ourselves a chance to gain any momentum. Every time we went around, they came back fighting. We made some stupid mistakes, and they got the momentum. So we need to, when they give us a chance, we need to capitalize on it and get going, basically.
Hopefully you turn things around on the next map, and Lotus we go.
Lotus, such an important map coming up. Now, this mirrors what was happening in the grand finals. They play very different styles on this maps. A no Viper composition for Heretics versus the Viper on Vitality.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue that I was noticing with that no Viper was on attack side. Vitality were playing like quite a slow style, and when they wanted to go back into space late, I felt like they got exposed for that quite often. But when you do look at that other side, you look at this defensive look for the side of Team Heretics here, I really like the the way that they were playing this, especially with the double duels, especially with how they are hiding space on this map.
Well, once upon a time, Heretics were playing the Harbour on this map, where they had some interesting approaches, but it does look as though they're going to stick with what they were playing back in EMEA. Starting on this defensive side, expect to see Koshmar sliding around with that Odin. I promise you it, guys. I'm hoping that we get to see it starting here.
It's so silly, but it works so well. At shutting out teams that want to take that rubble control.
Yeah, they're really good at that. And I think what I love to see from them as well is they'll very often split their duelists, have Woot, Koshmaris opposite sides of the map, and kind of ping pong who's going for aggressive plays, which means they're almost always shielding where Benji's setup is as the anchor. And it makes it really challenging for Vitality to be able to actually figure out the setup when they're mid-rounding on this attack.
On the other side, we have Team Vitality starting on this attack. We've seen how great Sayonara has looked at this debut global event for him. But not only that, Durka firing on all cylinders on that first map. I think the synergy that he's been able to pick up with Yampi as well with this raise and fade that we speak about is going to set them up for success on the first map.
Do you think the attack op should also be a big thing for Durka here again?
Yeah, I mean, abuse the fact that Heretics don't have the Viper here. I don't see why they wouldn't lean into that if it was such a strength for them on Breeze.
Yeah, I think they absolutely should. Looking at Durka and Chronicle, if this is a 2-0, I think it comes down to those guys. They were a beast on map 1. Vitality had a great approach there. Now a map away from getting their revenge from that final.
EMEA Grand Finals were a best of 5. This is only a BO3. Heretics, they need to respond fast. Let's send it back over to Pansy and Hyde Park.
And I think that is the tone to lead this in with. There has to be a reply from Heretics. Map 1 was Vitality's through and through. From a 13-10 result previous to a 13-6, and it looked clean stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even scoreline aside, it was just a stark contrast. I mean, Heretics look off their game. Again, the early round is the big issue for me. I mean, they won out, I think, 4 opening engagements. Yes, they were recovering a couple of 4v5s, but still for me, with where we've seen Heretics make massive improvements throughout stage 1, that's not the recipe you want to see. And certainly coming into Lotus here, it's going to require somebody like Koshmaras to really take over some of these rounds. Benji will give you the late rounds.
Yes, he will.
But Koshmaras needs to be involved and finding success early on here.
So Vitality starting out on the attack, Heretics on the defending side. And all eyes turn towards that A site.
What's key for me is to see if that momentum carries across through the maps.
Well, I think Vitality aren't going to change.
Yeah, huge opportunity for Vitality to strike while the iron is hot. All baited out here.
That's an early kind of touch on that, but it's a double stack towards Tree, and it's a stunning trap. Benji up in the feed, tries to do more, finally found by Durka. But look at the casualties they've suffered to get here. It's going to be a 2v3.
Fake this out, yeah.
And he maybe have imagined someone else on the site there, but no one had made it that far.
It takes so long that actually it would warrant a rotation. Somebody stepping further forwards.
Oh, it's
still
done.
Yeah, in transition.
Does he now have to speed up? Yes, they now know where Durka is. They can put it together. They can put the pieces together in their mind. But Durka comes out swinging, taking the fight to Rienz. And Boo just a little bit too far behind. And now the double stack towards Tree, and it's a lethal one at that. Sheriff with Profek, Durka paint shell in play. There it is, posted. Boo has to respect it. There's no 2 ways to cut it. And the time ticking faster and faster. I thought Benji could have done enough. It just slipped away.
A ton of value found off this trap. It's only really Durka to overturn that. A fantastic recovery found here between him and Profek. This kill there, right there onto Woot is the one that ultimately makes it doable. Durka then can play a little more aggressively. Boo's eyes are drawn, and by the time they're actually making it back on site, Boo's about 15 seconds off another smoke to really secure any chance of getting back onto site, finding a comfortable angle to contest Tree. Great start for Vitality. Well,
ladies and gentlemen.
Day one in the building.
Yeah. Hey, we made it to London, right? Do we accept this one on us?
Oh, this is up.
Don't turn around.
Wait,
I see Minnie turn it. Look at him.
No
Look at him. Look at him.
Who put them there?
He can't even see that high. Look, Seth, brilliant. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the co-streaming peanut gallery up here. But no, yeah, thanks, boys. It's always good to be on site finally. Hopefully gets. Oh, people have got merch. They've actually turned up equipped for it. An EMEA fan, perhaps. Who knows?
Definitely.
Yeah, fully.
It looks jaded.
You can tell, can't you? Well, how's the day been?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, so far so good.
Decent?
Yeah. Bosh.
Bosh.
Yeah.
That's what you're giving me?
That's all I'm giving you, Bosh.
Wow. Wonder what the tech pause is. We can spin around. Let's have a little look. Let's start blaming players.
Game pause, so.
Oh, they always. I'm seeing fist bumps though on at least the Heretic side, which can mean good things. Oh, EDG fan in the crowd, I do believe. Can't wait to hear this place when EDG are about. That is gonna be pretty good fun. Which is kind of wild though, considering the EMEA game. Everyone just golf claps, very respectable. We are going back into game, so thank you for your patience. Whatever the issue may be.
Actually, I was ready to take a seat there. Actually.
That's the energy I like to see. All right, we are back on the way. Thank you for bearing with us during it. We had to get one in, contractual obligation for me and Michael. However, a reminder, it was a great start from Durka. You can see why he's going to be up on that Phantom nice and quick. Big investment for him. The only real thing to note on the other side would be maybe a couple of upgrades, but not too many.
Can Chronicle get here, though? I don't think he can really police this weapon. Retrieved.
Yeah, but look in the meantime what they're doing, putting a lot of pressure on Benji, who's going to have to stand and try and deal with the flood of players on that C side. Just too many to handle.
Great push and pull here. Open up opportunities towards C. Plant will come through here. Dirk already making great progress towards an early showstopper. Cycle across here. I mean, Dirk is happy to go forward and die in this situation. If we find a kill, if we trade it out, it'd be perfect.
I mean, look how close he is to that ult as well. Would be loving it. I mean, you'll take that. It's not the best outcome, but it's certainly not the worst. And Yampy. Go on then. Have a little go on it. All right, 2 rounds, 3 standing. And I think what you kind of said, that push and pull in effect, I like that, right? It could have been a bit dicey on that A side. Nice look back towards C. Super bursty.
It's a great check-in to think back to some of the earlier discussions with Vitality this year, around the mid-rounding, around the leadership.
Decisiveness.
Yeah. Yep. We saw plenty of examples on Breeze. This is another one for me where straight away, a commanding call from Yampy, and everybody buying into it. And certainly, I mean, it would be ignorant to really ignore that factor coming into international here. That's certainly the question hanging over Vitality for me, is actually their ability to maintain this upwards trend.
So I think if we'd seen a couple more good indicators from Heretics, I'd be having a similar conversation as well. With that kind of Koshmaras X factor coming in, Boo's in-game leadership as well. But we aren't really seeing the fruits of the labor. But they do at least have mound control here. Hasn't been checked on. A very patient default coming through from Vitality.
And I mean, the big thing really to deny Durka's free access to the showstopper.
Oh, we played in a little on that. I don't think he gets much for it. Yeah, okay, played in again twice now. They don't fancy it. Something doesn't feel right. Backing away.
Profek at least curious as to what's going on outside C.
Well, because they've got nothing now to clear close, right? Like, I think they've run out of some of the tools. I guess they've got the boom bob. Is that where you're going to invest it? I don't know. So, again, you kind of can leave Koshmaras on this island. How much can one man do is the name. And well, Profek clears him. I don't know what gave it away. Maybe the positioning, maybe it just felt a bit too obvious. Maybe just doing what they need to. But Profek again finds another. Finding space and opening up sights there. Sends out the paranoia. Smokes are in. The site is fully theirs.
And Profek, when he's on, it can just be so impactful for Vitality. Another example found here. Find a third Chronicle to follow up. There could be another bonus conversion here, and it certainly will be with Benji heading the other way. A 1v4. Vitality off to a flying start. I mean, you think about the opening of both halves on the
yeah.
Lost myself for a second there, but what the second round, second half, sorry, the damage done. Again, they conceded the round, but Vitality are just ready to set themselves up again for a string of rounds.
It looks like they're having fun, which is the scarier thing. And I think you're right? Profek is never going to be your headliner when you look at this team. He's never the one to stand. No, but Durka.
Certainly feeling himself.
Oof. I mean, I guess it was a revenge match. Now, the funny thing is, obviously backstage, start of the day, walking about as you do, taking it in, saw Yampy. He was like, John, I'm actually really excited for this game. I was like, why? He was like, oh, revenge. I'm like, and it's like, I know when we talk about finals, normally it's a little bit more blasé. The players aren't as like fired up if it's not a qualifier, but he wants this. He absolutely was locked in. He wanted to meet them at this point.
They've been under so much criticism.
God, they have. Absolutely.
I would argue more so than Heretics have in terms of poor performances. It's been Vitality to really bear the brunt of that.
Oh yeah, lauded as the super team that didn't really
And they get through on a miracle.
Yes. I mean, we've seen runs like that at Champs before. One evil genius at one point. Come on now. Come on now. Also in the contract, have to mention EG at least once. It's part of it.
Get out of the way on day one.
Yeah.
0-3.
Yeah, so that's still yet to be. Nice from Benji.
0-3 हमेशा क्या चल रहा है bro?
So if they are a little bit laissez-faire about approaching which side of the map, they could get caught on this.
हमेशा 0-3 भाई.
They go at it. That smoke now becomes a little bit more lethal.
Careful here.
Got the timing right on it at least. How do you clear some of these positions?
Okay, gonna note one close. That now starts feeling like a stack. Do they back away? Do they power forward? Chronicle not really showing much fear. Gonna clear Kosh. And it's gonna be what, 35 seconds? They can't leave it too late just in case, but it looks like a B pivot's coming in anyway.
30 seconds left.
Just off there. Catch a glimpse, but plant down here. Still 4 left standing for Vitality. Yampi will get his ultimate off that.
Oh, baap re.
Sayonara just misses an opportunity here ahead of the smoke blooming. And a Bucky here, you got to get Koshmaras, Woot involved in this situation and shut down immediately.
Yeah, Vitality are locked in now. That confidence feels like it's there, and it's going to stabilize. 4 standing now, ults coming into effect. They've gotten everything they wanted at the start of this half. Well, I guess this map in general.
Another early timeout call from Heretics. Again, it's just really difficult to find some sort of confidence to go forward in the buy rounds here when you're just getting, I mean, battered in some of them. Barely getting off the starting blocks for Heretics.
And they just look cold, right?
It doesn't feel like they're executing many of their set pieces. No. The game plan's just all over the place a little bit, and understandably so, right? It's brutal to come up against some of these players when they're on form. Like I said, Prophet, for me, one of the ones that stands out. Very hot and cold in terms of numbers, but also in terms of value, in terms of utility, where we've seen previously. For me, the coin-based win condition coming out of this has got to be Heretics probably playing a little more proactive, take some of the space away. What did we see previously? Take control of Mound, and they just tuck in. What, Koshmaras gets slow cleared by a Guardian with no trade angle from Boo. A little bit all over the place for me. Yeah,
it's not fitting together, right? That synergy felt really good in their run up to this point. Again, they walked away in that first place. There was a reason that they looked that solid. For me, again, I actually hate to say it, but I want to see them play their own game, the game that actually got them where they are. So leading into this round, it's a critical one. Heretics need a heartbeat, something to ignite a little bit more of confidence. I'm seeing operators, I'm seeing what they can. Boost, suffering, down without even a shield. And in this round, we will be diving into the team comms of Vitality. So the second that's ready, we'll chuck into it. But until that point, look towards what they have. Sayonara wants to farm it. We've got the operator out. There is so much on the line now. And Heretics trying to posture up a little bit here as well. Playing in towards Grapple. See how they react to that.
Grapple, boys.
I'm holding Grapple.
Nice. One more.
Freeze, boys. Freeze. Freeze. Okay.
क्या खेल रहे हैं ये लोग?
And follow my Twitter. They should not have op. They should
6-7.
Yes, keep holding, guys. Keep just holding.
Perfect well Twitter, Chronicle.
Can I get shout out, please? Yes, just keep holding, boys. We're gonna finish on A. Okay. Can I get one shout out? Yeah. Yes. Guys, Timo, I need you to go prod C, okay, right now. Open.
I mean, if there's anything to terrify us, we're in there laughing and joking in a round like this.
I'm hearing 6-7.
Oh भाई, ये 11 round. हमको ऐसा feel आ रहा है.
Chance to shut this down.
All right.
Careful.
Oh, बच गया रे. बिंजी हक दिया. बिंजी बहुत ज़्यादा इसमें खेल रहा है. भाग जा, डोर अभी खुलने वाला, आवाज नहीं आई क्या तेरे को?
Make that the case again. At least toy with expectation. Open the door and give them maybe pause for thought.
मेरा दिमाग का ऊपर से चला गया, अभी क्या हुआ है?
Kosh is here
ये
quick.
क्या हुआ था अभी? वहाँ पे वाल उठने के बाद भी Chronicle यहाँ ढूंढ रहा है, किसको ढूंढ रहा है भाई?
Profek and he's on the hunt. Koshmaras needs to get this kill. He has to get up close and personal. Now show me you can make this really yours, Chronicle. One of the greats, the GOAT, fallen and cold. Koshmaras giving us a lifeline and a real step from Vitality. Maybe that
साथ में क्यों नहीं खेल रहे हैं ना ये
jokes
लोग?
and jovial attitudes will need to be brought back in line.
I mean, certainly the right decision making here. Kosh basically clear
साथ
out
में
some
खेलना
space, but he doesn't even bother. He sees the plant, reads the situation perfectly, hunts down Profek. And again, at this point here, it's like Profek can buy a little bit of time. Chronicle's in a transition. He has to move to a position where he can cover the spike.
Yeah.
Great work from Kosh.
साथ में खेलना चाहिए था, ट्रेड निकलना था.
Done and dusted. That early exchange over towards Rubble.
I guess that tone that we heard in the comms now, can Yampi get it back in check? Can he keep them focused? Because that sort of thing, yeah, it was bold from Koshmaras, but have we really gotten to the point where we're surprised by Neon's
what he did in stage one? Yeah.
And also just in general, Neon's on a stage like this, when the audio's a little different, when it's a little bit lighter, you take those chances.
Technique, yeah.
Again, Chronicle and Durka made in those moments. Are the best to do it. But now, is this been the spark to reignite something with Koshmaras, or potentially Heretics in general?
Bring them down.
Going to catch anything here, but Heretics certainly looking a little more active now. Certainly what you want to see. Yampi not a million miles off for that spam, but Rians will take the opportunity.
Yampi का plan एकदम mind से था bro. थोड़ा सा हक थी वो अलग बात है. Bro, correct दिमाग लगा के वो खेला है.
Control back. Then won't have noted this early presence from Boot. Doesn't have a paranoia though. There's a big gap between him and that second player, but
face your fear.
Investment here from Rians. Clear all the space out. Profek might just get behind this. He's going to call the rest of the troops back.
Oh, Boo. Boo needs to not take his eyes off the prize. It's going to be feast or famine, isn't it? He's going to hear this, though. Surely he hears this. That's 3 players. He could be on for a heater. 13 seconds! And with a knife to the back, Boo strikes. 2 big kills, slowing down the roll, putting Profek in the almost unwinnable 4 seconds. He's got a plan revealed. It's literally at his feet. Profek, face the music. Heretics looking like they're back from the dead.
Asking for a spark here. Heretics at least keeping this doable early on. Find a second conversion confidently as well. A little bit of complacency shown here from Vitality, some question marks for sure, and I'd imagine probably a stern talking to during this timeout.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I'll wait for the coach cam.
Well,
that'll be my Coinbase win.
I mean, Cron's still laughing.
Yeah,
Powell's hiding a smirk.
Powell's in the playbook. Frowns. I don't know. It doesn't look that happy.
Certainly lots to consider here. I mean, the Coinbase win condition coming out. There's still going to be a purchase on hand for Vitality. Couple of ultimates to work with. Chronicle, Yampi, and Profek. Sayonara just 2 away from the pit, and obviously Durka's early showstopper. He's already building progress towards another.
And for me, again, complacency can be such a killer as well. It's something that I can't allow. They don't quite have... Damn.
You'll be waiting a while.
I don't know. Maybe a show match or 2.
Oh, for Shanks, I mean. Not for,
who knows?
I wouldn't badmouth FNS.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
You had to check. Checking.
2 rounds. 2 rounds. And will this be the more... one of those moments that you look back on and you go, bloody hell, imagine if we'd actually just, you know, focused up here, been a little bit tighter.
Yeah, I mean,
does it fade away to nothing?
Hey, I'll say I'm happy to take that criticism. If we see a few more rounds like that, that's certainly a discussion to be had. If Vitality show any more complacency, then get their heads back in the game here. Certainly opportunity, like I said, with this old cycle. Koshmaras going forwards once more.
Oh,
big catch here on the nade.
Well.
They feed into that one here. Haven't seen that investment, but it certainly catches Vitality off guard here. And a round to come out of a timeout like that, it's the worst possible start.
or a dream come true for Heretics, right? Simple stuff. The C's paint shell coming in. You love to see it. They'll be chuffed to bits with that. Freest beginning, and Boo got himself a corner.
I think Heretics are going to be looking to take too many risks here and give any play back into this round. And Chronicle's going to check at least here, bait the wall out. I was going to say, Boo and Benji have to deliver on C site alongside this, though.
Yeah, and it looked like Vitality was still maybe eyeing up finishing on that C site, so they've still got Yampy here. Does Benji know about this? I mean, he certainly does now. Handles Yampy with ease. And Woot in support, posts it, not going to get quite what he wanted, but Profek and Chronicle left with an uphill battle in 24 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, TP here for Profek, but repositioned towards another site to retrieve that spike.
Well,
give this one up.
Well, you gave them an inch, and they might be taking the mile now. That is 3 rounds to their name. After what was a dreary first map, a worrisome beginning into map 2, and now knocking at the door of tying up all even.
Hard work's not done just yet, though. Still a buy in hand here for Vitality. Like I said, ult's still a factor to consider. Actually, an operator in hand for Durka, so probably indicator of a slower approach here. See what Durka can get done. It's only the TP of Boo available for Heretics. Oh, the top here, Chronicle.
Bye.
Just double down, and he absolutely
Chronicle
does.
शुरू अपना game.
Shutting down this early
Let's
aggression.
go. Chronicle शुरू भाई.
Heretics looked at
ना देर Chronicle शादी बैठ रहा था.
And here comes
Chronicle का अपना शुरू.
Benji instantly gonna be noted. This is gonna ask so much of the man here. He's got pressure left, right, and center. Succeeding on one, but overwhelmed by the other. The swing from the smoke gives Wu a way in, but Chronicle on a heater again. Single-handedly making this round look like Vitalities.
मुझे एक चीज बता दे.
Just like that.
एक मिनट.
Maybe.
मुझे एक चीज समझ में नहीं आया. थोड़ा सा पीछे आ जाओ. थोड़ा सा पीछे. यहाँ से जब भी अल्टी मारा, ठीक है. हाँ? डोर खुला. जाम्बी का डोग यहाँ से यहाँ जाके यहाँ से यहाँ कैसे आए ब्रो, जिसका वजह से प्रोफेक्ट मर गया. जिसका वजह से प्रोफेक्ट मर गया ब्रो. नहीं तो प्रोफेक्ट को दिखना तक नहीं था, पता है.
Played in.
Clear him. Boom, but will though.
30 HP, and he'd be lucky to get out of here alive. The utility poured on. The site under scrutiny.
Aid will prevent any progress from Boo going forwards here. Kosh down to 30. Getting locked out of this initially. Plant will come through, and Sayonara with a pit to close off one of the avenues of approach. A ton of ground to cover to get even closer to the site here through this pit.
Yeah, a bit tricky, because there is a little bit of a Navi forward, and you can see they want to try and springboard towards Durka. Taking it away, but a quick reaction. Vitality standing in unison this time.
वो अच्छा ट्राई किया था रे.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's.
वो अच्छा ट्राई मारा था.
Making sure to not let this game slip between their fingertips.
Even there, the buy a little off kilter. I mean, Benji was on a pistol to come into this court here on a jump peek out. Unfortunately, that way, I mean, Kosh is just under a ton of scrutiny. So much util sent forwards here. The diligence, I guess the other side of the equation here, we did see Vitality a little complacent, at least a reset in terms of these protocols. We'll get them number 6. Durka just missing one more for the showstopper. The Heretics back down to pistols
क्या
now.
करने का प्लान है?
Potentially another huge
हाँ.
first half advantage.
उसको तोड़ नहीं पा रहा है भाई हमारा VCT प्लेयर्स लोग.
As Heretics can build back in. He's trying to catch a spam, but connection on the other side of that. If anything, it just really eggs Vitality on. Finally, the rotation will come through. 2 more players here to try and bolster this A site hold, but probably going to be behind this a little bit.
भाई वुड को मारा नहीं अच्छा सही भाई ये तो हर बंदा ये इधर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को दरका का वेट कर रहा है भाई दरका एक किल निकाल ले फिर सोचेगा बी जाएगा प्लान मैंने बोला ना बी जाने का प्लान बढ़िया चलो आजा भाई
And with this amount of freedom, surely you are massively question marking what's going on A. This should be enough. That should be the pivot point. They spotted the trap, but they still fought for it. Rien's gonna manage to catch it. That is a big scalp to claim here. Perfect trying to cycle the weapon back, but he's got bigger problems right now. They're at the doorstep. They're trying to knock it down already, though. Profik and Yampi holding the line.
गन ढूंढने गया था वुड जो गन लेके आ गया प्रोफेक्ट जो
to try and find a pathway back in.
वो देखो गन ढूंढ रहे देखो ना
Sent through, it does connect here. Woot's managed to come through, but Chronicle to shut down too, Lauren. Absolutely great work. Boo now, unfortunately, 20 HP. Unable to have a say. I mean, the paranoia could have been huge there, but Chronicle unaffected. I mean, thank God for that. Catching Woot here on the Saturin. Just when I thought maybe they could retrieve this operator.
What did he?
All comes down to it. Vitality will find number 7. Unfortunately, look, this is a must-win for Heretics. Look at the buy behind this. Yes, we'll get an operator in hand, but we're on the brink of potentially a 9-3.
Yes.
And it feels like it's trending that way.
It does. It does. You're absolutely right. Woot, can you get involved early?
फिर निकाल लिया बिंजी को यार.
Looking vulnerable.
On that peak again.
It's not the first time he's had this. This is repetition now. That's concerning. Benji.
What happened last time? They cleared Kosh with the util.
Yeah, it was the Prowler first, but then it was the Boombot that caught him on that point. But look, they've got more tools to play with now. Ults to be invested. He has to back away. Goes back for second.
अरे भाई.
The utility protocols are
टाइमिंग अच्छा था रे. कुछ मारा का.
Overwhelmed and shut out.
उसका बाद में दो गया है उसमें चला गया.
I mean, a rifle and an op here. In the retake, yeah, it was no surprise to see him hold on to this. Like I said, round 12's purchase would have been awful if everybody was to fall. I mean, even coming out of this, what, Kosh, 300 credits, an ultimate, sure, but Rienz and Benji will be penny pinching here.
I don't think the bargain bin's going to save him now. Boom, woo, this is tough. Because there was that small window, right? And I was so ready to lay into Vitality for letting that sort of lead slip. But the fact that they can tighten up after it, I know, it was right there, right there. Fine, I'll put away the hate watch. But the credit, really, in my eyes, also falls to one Yampi, obviously, for keeping people in the right place, but Chronicle stepping up massively as an impact player, too.
But what, around 5-6 or so when Durka gets its operator and things slow down a little bit for Vitality, finding 2 rounds. We found that opener towards C, and Benji, fortunately, the first domino to fall in a sequence of events. Chronicle leading.
And he's back on the operator.
Back on the operator.
And he was kind of
when he's seen what he's done with it on Breeze.
Okay, Benji, you're not going to do the same thing again, though, right? Maybe
I mean, unfortunately, with this buy, you'd want them to go forwards.
Kosh Morass up against Kron. Kosh has won it. That time, a different outcome. A further commitment. It looks like Vitality want to keep that pace and tempo high. Prowler sent in, going to at least reveal that they're still nearby. That looked close to a big tag, but not to beat.
Let's go forwards with a spike here.
Yampi. Yampi, you're the first man in, and you're doing it kind of solo. And yeah, a quick clear. Woot making light work of Sayonara. This felt a little messy. I don't think this had to be at this tempo, but they wanted it this fast.
Woot's now got a showstopper. It's a huge opportunity here. It's a 3v5 for Vitality. I mean, when it's all said and done, it'll be worst case scenario an 8-4, but certainly this was leading towards Vitality finding 9 here in the first half.
Yeah, but this could be a godsend for Heretics, but Prophet gonna find one. Rien's on the tray. They have numbers to play with. Prophet can't do any more. Falls. Durka dead. Heretics. Silver lining just about maintained there.
Crucial here for Heretics to remain composure coming out there. So it's a big win. Yes, it's an 8-4, but a saving grace at least to get that one on the board, Lauren, at the end of this first half.
Yeah, they desperately needed it. after what was a real shutout from those 3 rounds of respite almost to claim the final one. Maybe enough to ignite some hope going forward as Vitality still standing strong on those 8 rounds to their name. Chronicle Durka looking solid as a rock on this. So let's hear from Profek after Vitality locked up their spot in playoffs in a HyperX player moment.
Hello, my name is Profek, I'm from Team Vitality and we are in the playoffs. So we just finished our game against Foot Esports, just regional matchup, so we know how they play, they knew how we play. So basically this game was only about who will be more confident, and at the end we are more confident, so we take a W.
This is looking rocky. Swing in the corner. Durka favored 10 times out of 10 at that range, and now suddenly it's just yet a J. Try to clutch into the 1v3. The swing out finds the first. Drop down. And cannot find that final Vitality.
When I walked first time in London and I saw the stage, it was completely different than in Berlin when we play. I've seen so many seats, so many people. The arena is big. To be honest, it felt amazing. It's a dream to play in front of this beautiful crowd. And yeah, I just hope we're gonna play more and more games here.
Well, this pistol round means quite a bit, Mike. I think Heretics need this one.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, like I said, that's why I kind of put an asterisk next to the end of that, but Vitality have looked dominant in terms of the opening few rounds of these halves so far. That's why I said, if you look at a 9-3, we've already had bonus conversions galore. Even that mishap on Breeze as well. Certainly, Heretics need to flip the script. Again, with it just feels like a sluggish first half from Heretics.
Yeah, it just
Again, Koshras a little more active from the get-go.
Yeah.
I'll give them that much, but things just not going their way. It's got to be said.
No, and it just feels a little bit quiet throughout, right? Like, I feel like Rienz has always been solid. I mean, he's a little bit downturned here. It doesn't look like he's quite as active in this. I wanted to see the best form Heretics. We got that as our last look at them, right? That's what my mind kept them as, while these teams that can win it out in EMEA.
It would be heartbreaking if that was the peak. You know, getting back into some really formidable form, honestly. It's just a little disappointed to see this, which should have been a comfortable matchup, right? It's better to come in and have to play, you know, a team from another region that you don't really have much in terms of context, and probably a team that could really turn things around. What's just happened there then?
Oh, even he looks surprised. Tell me you saw that camera reaction. And it looks like they are literally bang on the same spot on the minimap. This... Put a fork in it, man. This one looks done. All right, recovery mode. Boo, Rienz, and Koshmaras, thank you. Picture in picture. You've just made it bad to worse. Rienz has suddenly come alive. I said he was absent. That's one way to get me paying attention. Profek trying to be a little slippery here. Deceptive in approach. But Rienz looking like he's got a hot hand here. The Prowler gonna at least be taken on the bait there. I don't know if Profek can clear Koshmaras, who is only on 5, but without a trade of Rienz.
What?
Oh my God, Profek, maybe. Oh, what is this round? Boo left in a 1v2. He's on site, he's got Paranoia, but he's up against the big boys. Kron already doing nasty things. Sends a Paranoia, doing the dance, trying to get closer.
Profek and Kron, man.
What is that?
Kron's on his feet, for God's sake.
Let them know.
This clearance is Profek onto Kosh again with a clearance that is just insane. 5 HP, doesn't need a headshot, by the way. But on the fadeaway, that's the opener.
He's so cold, man.
That is ridiculous from Profek.
Reading that little setup, right? That, like, okay, on contact. There'll be the swing off the back by box, and look at him.
Absolutely sensational. Vitality to find another pistol in this series. Could that be the nail in the coffin? Heretics have to, they have to do something. As far as I'm concerned, win out here.
Yep. There's not so many ways we can cut it now, right? The bar has been set. It has been for a while. We were hoping that Heretics would find that spark, reignite some of that magic we saw to get them to this stage. There are no easy routes here in London. It's earned at this point. The Heretics, it looked like they'd done the hard work before, but absolutely shocked in this one. Outclassed. But it needs to be now. Sayonara does fall. Okay, first chance made. They get a bit more. To patrol, gonna catch Wu. Brilliantly done, beheads him quickly. For Daka! And maybe the 5, the crowd wants it. And call him the hometown hero. Hell, make Daka the villain this time, Benji! A little 1-2 punch right back.
30 seconds left.
2 more for you, perhaps. Got the flash. He's caught him on the run. Benji! Oh, it would have been brilliant.
One of these first 2 rounds.
Man, I'll take that every day.
Second half. Vitality will find double digits regardless, but another lineup here. Durka finding 4. Ridiculous start to this second half.
हाँ क्या-क्या चल रहा है भाई इधर? कौन किसको 4K मार रहा है, कौन किसको 3K मार रहा है? बेंजी बीसी 2 को मार रहा है, शेदिव से डरके 4 मार रहा है भाई। क्या हो रहा है? ये तो इजी 2-0 दिख रहा है भाई। क्रोनिकल बाइक करता ही नहीं है भाई, उनको पता है क्रोनिकल बाइक नहीं करता है, इसलिए अटक गया।
It's good so far. Taking the box with the Heretics. They pick the right side of the map, basically.
फिर भी अटक ही गया।
Got to be a little bit cautious, but should be fine for now. The Danger Men, Yampi, Durka, and Profek just because of weaponry alone. But with the plant down, Heretics need to stabilize here.
Going super aggressive.
I mean, Kosh Moras being aggressive, not the worst thing in the world. Heretics just need to hold their nerve. They really can't fumble this one.
Well, the Vitality already settle for cover going out. The contingency in doing damage. Invested here, but Profek's found the first on the way in.
I don't think they're settling
Wow,
for anything,
Kosh
Michael,
Moras.
but Kosh Moras is going to try and hold
Huh?
it. Stylish on the
Seriously,
third,
bro?
and should be enough to keep this one secure. The time being the determining tune to this, as Benji going to find the couple few, you'd imagine. Yampi going to make it away, does recover at least the Phantom.
Will fall, but again, he's the one that didn't
भाई
really.
कोच मरास का वजह से राउंड निकला है ब्रो। कोच मरास का वजह से सिर्फ निकला है राउंड। यहाँ 2 मारा, यहाँ जंप करने का 2 HP में 1 फिर मारा।
Now able to invest behind this. Durka's on the showstopper already. Profek 1 away from a TP. It has to be perfection from here on out, considering what we've seen so far from Heretics. Kosh Moras looking a little more comfortable now. And can that be the deciding factor, Lauren?
That's what we will listen to in this round. We will be hearing from the Heretics comms.
Alexa,
as once again they look to
AC
pressure
को 26 लेके आओ।
Do they continue on that pathing? Do they feel it's the weak spot to be exploited? Or do they change their minds? We already heard Vitalities, so be curious to see how it compares. Benji needs to be careful, not get overwhelmed here. Let's listen to now how they're going to puzzle this one out.
No smokes, guys, no smokes. Can you pick up me?
One more, gonna reclaim me on A. I'm gonna play with my
Okay,
flank.
Benji, when you go back, now pick a B, better.
Okay, good.
Okay, just pick up a B so there is no gap.
We need to pick.
Don't divide cycle,
I can
okay?
proud, I can pick at the same time, okay? Yes. One, two.
Nothing close.
Yes.
Careful.
Wait for some, wait for some.
Okay, just tell me when. Yes, I'm ready to paranoid if they... Go! He's blind, he's blind.
There is no turns. I might be there. I'm coming late, wait.
One shot. Nice, good job. Guys, careful flood with Race-Ult.
Okay.
Guys, out, pillar.
Nice.
Chill. Guys, I'm gonna tap.
Okay, this looks like it should be kind of all going the way. And the difference in comms was quite drastic, to be fair. Super serious, very drilled. Hold on, yeah, Rienz. Do you get away? Do you live? You don't! He's got the dead. Showstoppers there. Does he invest? Still 2 satchels to play with too. Nothing on the horn, kind of indicating they're all towards water. Trade there for Benji. Durka, a 1v2. Misses the jump. Has to go back for a second. Oh my god. 7 bullets. Dealt with. Good stuff to bury that one before it got too deadly. But a very different comm sort of
भाई क्या काट रहा है हमको?
Still, I mean, feels a little frantic.
Short.
a big win out early on from Benji.
अबे क्या आ गए?
A little scrappy coming out of the smoke here. At least round on the board.
अभी मतलब
Vitality going to be unable
उसका मतलब अभी इको होने वाला है इसका बाद
more investment here still, the chance of Durka.
6 10-7 10-7 10-7 11-8 ओ भाई इसमें स्पॉट नहीं कर रही
in check early on here.
हीलर भी नहीं है
Benji, Boot and Kosh all very close. This first ult cycle aligning for Heretics. Now that could amount to a string of rounds. And win this one, they're within 3.
Yeah. That just gives them so much chance to gap close. And Heretics showing some real caution. Just got to be careful to not fall into the trap of walking into the stack. We can see where it is.
It's a stack में घुस रहा है
You'd almost imagine all the big guns over on A. Surely no one else would be there. Well,
नहीं विनर वो ऐसा तो कुछ इशू नहीं है अबे भू को भी इशू वन कर दिया
Heretics can puzzle this one out themselves. Can they figure out?
ये के बुलेट में मरेगा दोनों
I'm a bit concerned here. They could be going into what is the stacked side of the map here, but it is just pistols. But Prophet with the paranoia can't quite get out of this for now. He's managed to play his life and Sayonara with a double. You don't get to Durka Sayonara.
Down A.
This is a massacre on A. A mistake made, and Boo now has to face the consequences. The leader in game has to deal with what they've just done, walking into the stack, eyes wide shut.
The one thing you didn't want to see was Vitality get a thrifty
टाइम आउट आने वाला है भाई
in this sort of situation.
Look at
What is that for Sayonara?
And they are so deep, so you almost feel like surely they felt a bit comfortable in that.
Sayonara's reaction. Huh? I've got 2, by the way. No! 3rd in the snake fight.
Was it Eagle?
I think it was.
Just letting them
Yeah,
know.
I'm just checking. Did we buy anything, actually?
No, that's really nice,
No.
just to remind them of the finances.
भाई क्या हो गया रेंज बेंजी बीजी सबको
We didn't have any money.
आज हर मैच क्या 2-0 जाने का प्लान है क्या
So
avoid eye contact with Yampi at all.
Nah, that's I couldn't do it with that. I couldn't. It's like those rounds, you know, it's just like sitting in your stomach like a stone, and you just see him up. Well, you can see it on the faces.
Yeah, I mean, Woot looks pressed in this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, yeah,
Benji, he's struggling as well. The coin-based win condition coming out here for Heretics. I mean, slim pickings.
What is it?
Slim pickings, to be honest. I mean, they're going to have a few ults to invest. Like I said, there should have been total opposite scenario. I mean, the stage vibes mimicked here between Weber as well. It's got to be frustrating to come out here. Performance in your opening series.
Yeah, and it's the thing is, it felt like they found their salvation in Kosh Morass. It felt like he was the missing piece that brought all that brilliance back to Heretics. And we talked about, can they repeat it? Has it got longevity? But we kept hearing and seeing the answer, yes. The problem is we've got here, and suddenly it doesn't have that same spark. However, it's not over yet. It's 6-11. We go back in. Speaking of the man, the ult's going to be coming down. He's going to just take matters into his own hands. He's a mile ahead of the rest of his side, and he wins this fight.
Just about wins out versus Yampi as well. Sayonara. Look out, he does actually get caught.
अबे वो कोट नहीं हुआ था भाई वो राइट चला गया इसलिए कोट हुआ
To the A site here, and Durka and Profek left. Profek, will he clear him once more?
I mean, yes, he does. Okay, dead to the paint shot, all good.
He can't catch a break versus Profek today. Boo to shut things down. A thrifty, converted
right back
on
at
the other
ya.
side, yeah, by Heretics in response. Vitality to come out. Probably with the upper hand still, though. I mean, the buy's going to be there or thereabouts. They have a ton to offset that. Everything except Yampi's. Woot does have a showstopper. Can you get another round now for Kosh to take over? It was the ultimate, really. Similar sort of situation as previous.
I'll find you.
Single-handedly delivering a round for Heretics.
I
नहीं ये राउंड तो भाई ये राउंड अगर निकाल दिया ना मान जाएगा भाई हम तो यही बोलेगा ये राउंड अगर निकाल दिया हम मान जाएगा ये राउंड निकाल दिया तो हम मान जाएगा भाई
already see the vitality sitting quite deep to this. Kosh Moras is playing a game here that's starting to gather at least a bit of interest for me as how far does he want to go? Far! He wants to go deeper and he dies for it! Durka gets two, suddenly Wu hits the hat, got to hit the panic button, finds Sayonara right back at you, that one's gonna land as well! 3v2, the spike's not down. No security, and no life left, boom!
वही तो बोले ये राउंड जीत गया तो हम मान जाएगा भाई ये राउंड जीतना ही नहीं था कैसे भी जाओ
Heretics have to string something together here for sure, but a couple of players going to struggle financially. Kosh still finds the opener here, but the trade-off of showstoppers just suits Vitality.
One enemy remaining.
With the spike not going down initially, they can't really reset away. They have to keep fighting forwards, and he said Vitality will just welcome that. Still, on the investment as well. Only Durka to throw in there.
Weapon here.
Looking to go aggressive here. Ton of players from Heretics on the other side.
So you got somewhere to be. He's still going. They're still fighting forward. The paranoia did not land. And Durka will not die. It takes Riens to take an individual stand to try and stem the bleed. But
Benji.
Now they're going hunting again. Audacity. Disrespect on display. But Benji heads up, a head removed. Riens, the last man alive. 1v2 required. 4 kills overall, a necessity now. He takes the walk towards the site. He's got space to play with, and he's got time.
Time to है.
So plenty of opportunities for Riens to find a position that favors
him. कैसे खेलेगा उसमें मतलब रखते हैं.
Sayonara and Yampi will split. Regroup here to clear out some of this early space.
They're fast to this as well. Not really making much of a subtlety to it either. You will hear it. Riens, a magic man of once.
Oh,
Sayonara. Welcome to the big stages, kid. You look good at it. 13-7. They do need to go in.
जीजी हो गया हम बोले नहीं ज़्यादा नहीं जाएगा हल्के.
But changing the narrative, leaving history in the past and writing a brand new chapter. Moving forward,
making a big statement as well. This is just a very commanding victory from Vitality in terms of some of the expectations coming in, right? Again, you have to consider the grand finals, but Vitality playing above and beyond what we've seen previously, continuing with that trend. A few recent series. Heretics, for me, a little disappointed, I've got to say it, but certainly something that can be fixed upon from what we've seen in terms of the end of stage 1. Definitely want to see them back on the right page.
अच्छा YouTube का कुछ तो सामान कहीं में लगा सकता था ना क्या बोलता था
Absolutely, but something you can't help but enjoy seeing some of those players on the stage like this. Some returning greats of all time, some brand new to the environment. But for them, it's got to mean the world coming out like this and proving they have elevated. They've changed for the better. They've grown stronger. And the revenge tour begins now, I guess. Already proving they are the team to keep your eyes on through this event. Magic from them. Absolute magic. But for the Verizon post-match interview, let's send it to Frankie down at the stage.
Yampi, come over here. Tell me, how long have you been planning this revenge game plan on Team Heretics?
I mean, for sure. I knew that they can't get lucky twice, and yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. I was super happy. I know people don't like regional matchups, but I was so happy to play versus them.
You were clearly hungry for this one. How did you fix the micro mistakes we saw against Vit? You might have won that one, but it wasn't as clean.
Yeah, I mean, just more watching the VODs and actually understanding that in the final we did a lot of mistakes and we came prepared. Like, we knew they didn't change almost anything. I'm kind of surprised because Rian said that they are in their best form or whatever. And if this is their best form, it's going to be a tough time for them.
Well, Yampi, you have been bringing the fun to your team. Even when you were going through the match vetoes as well, you were cracking jokes.
In this video, I'll show you the exact way to add live